Hello, everyone. This is Andres Restart, and I have a new guest or co-host, maybe. This is this is Lexi. She's actually my girlfriend, and she likes games, so she wanted to come on. So we're
Hello,
just hanging out.
everybody. Ruby joined us too, as you can see on the
Mm-hmm.
bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, Ruby's rarely here to start a stream, but Ruby's here. How you
Looking
doing?
super cute, as always.
And yeah, tonight we're just gonna talk about Nintendo as we usually do. So it's been a while since we did a live stream, but now felt like as good of a time as any. The channel has hit 60,000 subscribers, which is pretty cool. Long time. It's been taking a while, but I'm happy that we're here, and thank you all for sticking around and watching the channel. It means a lot. I mean, obviously, I couldn't get here without you guys. So yeah, it's very cool. So I felt like I needed to do like a live stream for the 60K. And now I've been traveling a lot lately, so I haven't had like enough time for me to comfortably like do a live stream while doing all the videos I put out. Um, but now I've had some opportunity. PAX is coming up, September's coming up, and there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. There's going to be more traveling, and hopefully some good coverage of some games at PAX, which will be cool. And hopefully, hopefully, and almost say with confidence, there's probably going to be a Nintendo Direct, a big one where we're going to learn about Ocarina of Time. So there's going to be coverage on that, of course. That's going to be the big focus. But also, we've had the network test this weekend. We've been able to play the Duskbloods. I want to talk a little bit about that, and whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat, that's what we're talking about tonight. So that is the basic plan. But for those listening, if you could let me know how everything is looking and sounding, that would be very much appreciated. It'd be yeah, it would be great if you guys could actually hear me.
Yeah, I also don't have a professional setup, so bear with me if it doesn't sound too good. I also
Yeah, I
have a
mean,
puppy who's sleeping on the floor right now, but if she starts getting up and playing with toys, she's going to have to go in the other room.
we'll see what happens. Yeah, Hazel is pretty cute, um, but I think your setup is fine. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll expand
We'll
on it.
adjust over time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like my own setup is still, given that this is my job, it should be better.
It's
But
fine though. I
yeah,
feel like it's fine.
yeah.
It looks good
Um,
with the lights and stuff.
Thank you. She's very nice to me. That's yeah. Um,
Sometimes.
yeah.
I
Anyway,
think you're the nice one.
usually. Um, all right. Christopher says everything sounds good. Appreciate that. Greek the Geek asks you, do you have a YouTube channel?
Um, no. I mean, I no, I don't. I am in the chat though. Am I allowed to say that?
You're in the chat. You're
I'm in the
allowed to say
chat.
that. She's
Okay.
in the chat.
I'm in the chat. Legend of Lex.
Yeah. Yeah. Boo Mini, what is up? Hello, Joey. My weekend's been going well. Lexi, has your weekend been going well?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. I watched
Kenny.
you play
Oh yeah.
Duskbloods,
Yeah.
and so we'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get into that in a few minutes here. Um, Kenny was asking, "Hey, what's up, Andres? Been with you since Legends Arceus days. Can't wait for the Ocarina of Time remake." Since Legends Arceus, you need to play Legends Arceus. Actually,
I know that's the one. Like, I just haven't gotten into Pokemon. Sorry, everybody, but that's the one I think I would really like. So,
well, you've been playing Pokopia.
Okay, well, that doesn't count.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean,
Correct.
it's a great game.
Correct.
It's
It's a
a great,
spin-off.
yeah, yeah. It's like Animal Crossing. So
Yeah, but I feel like Legends Arceus is because you're a huge Zelda. Lexi's a huge Zelda fan, right?
yeah,
So like, if if there was a Pokemon game that I would recommend for her, and for just like a lot of people who maybe aren't into Pokemon but are big Zelda fans but might want to give Pokemon a try, I would say start with Legends Arceus because it's very Zelda coded. It's kind of like a little bit of a middle ground there. Actually, I really like Legends Arceus. Like Legends Arceus is one of my favorite Pokemon games in many years.
yeah. It looks
Many years.
cool, and I was watching the like reviews and stuff when it came out, and it looked fun to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely down to try it out.
You'll like it. Maybe we'll have you do a let's play. Probably not. I'll watch you play. I'll watch you play at least. Christopher Colazzo, asks me, do you think Ocarina could have a demo? Probably not.
Well, do you think though they're gonna have demos for it for like behind the scenes people to play, or
Um. Well, okay, so there's gonna be for sure. Select press will be invited for a behind closed doors super NDA preview event, and that'll come out. You know, maybe trying to guess, maybe like 4 to 6 weeks before the game's coming out, right? So maybe like early October or something. I wouldn't be surprised. That's just a guess, right? There's always a preview event, so that's gonna happen. But the question is, will we get an opportunity to play it ourselves? Because we have Gamescom coming up. Nintendo's announced their lineup. Ocarina of Time is not there. And then there's PAX coming up, and then there's Tokyo Game Show coming up. Will any of these events have a playable demo of Ocarina of Time?
yeah,
And the thing is, because we've gone this far, right? We're in the latter half of August. While I've had the optimism that maybe they want to tell us something sooner, they haven't, and it's hard for me to believe they're gonna have like, a few weeks from now they're gonna have PAX, and they're gonna be like, oh, well, Ocarina of Time's gonna be playable here. Probably not. Tokyo Game Show, on the other hand, I think is towards the end of September. So for those who go to that event, they may get a chance to play when is the Tokyo Game Show? I think it's late September. Let me just double check.
yeah. I don't think it's gonna be at PAX. I want it to be at PAX, but I'm also like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I also just don't want to get my hopes up about it. So
yeah,
I'm saying no PAX.
Yeah. By the way, Lexi and I are going to be at PAX. So
yeah, we're super excited
to meet us and hang out. We'll be there.
We're pretty cool. We're pretty fun. I'm just saying that because it's me.
You're not supposed to say.
I'm just I'm just saying, like, I think we're fun.
Yeah. Good. That's good. Yeah, we're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't think I want there to be a demo. But it doesn't seem realistic. Maybe the Tokyo Game Show because it's in mid-September, and maybe by that point Nintendo Direct will have come out. But the way I'm kind of envisioning things right now, I think Nintendo's just going to be like, you just look at how Nintendo has treated. I don't know. On one hand, I think they should, right? Because I think they're going to want to try and get people to try it on Switch 2, and they're going to really want to pick up the console. So it kind of depends. Like, if I look at examples like Tears of the Kingdom, I don't think anyone really got a chance to play the game until it came out. Like, outside of previews and, like, leaked copies, no one else got a chance to play the game. And Nintendo was very quiet about the game until 2 months before release. And that may be a very similar scenario here, where the game's probably coming out in November, and they're probably not going to start talking about it until September at this point. I mean, because we're so late in August, like September is literally right around the corner. We're less. It's. I mean, it's a little bit over a week, right? Today is what, the 22nd, so 9 days from now it's September, right? We have one more week left of August. Maybe Nintendo could do something in August, like if Nintendo decides to do some sort of big like presentation about Zelda in August, like this last week here, then perhaps that opens the door for Ocarina of Time to be at PAX. That would be really cool. But I would say that's kind of unrealistic at this point. Um, but you know, I mean, really, that's it. Like, because Nintendo hasn't actually announced their lineup for PAX yet, so it's a little interesting. Like, maybe they'll do something crazy in this last week of August, and then they're like, oh, by the way, it's gonna be at PAX and stuff. But I feel like that's unrealistic. Now, can there be private events and behind closed door stuff? Yeah, but at that point, I feel like they'll just do previews, and that's what it's going to be. And it's not going to be. We're going to have to wait a little bit later for those previews. Like we're gonna get previews for Switch Sports first, right? Like Fire Emblem's coming out in September. Previews came out for that not too long ago, right? So imagine 2 months later, or 6 weeks from now, that's when we can start realistically talking about maybe hearing about previews for Ocarina of Time. That's kind of what I'm thinking on that.
I want to point out, Captain Doge said they also don't need to sell Zelda as much. People will buy it, but it'll still be good marketing. Like, I mean, the game's going to sell itself for sure. For sure. Also, I would like to also point out that I responded in the chat and said Ruby accidentally as you, but I meant to send it as me. But anyway.
I was looking at that. I was like, I didn't say that.
This is my first time, guys.
Yeah. She is moderating and managing things for me, so you're doing great. Nothing's crashed. There's no fire. So
good so far. We're only 15 minutes in.
We're only 15 minutes in.
We'll see what else I can mess up before the end.
No, it's fine. You're good. I'm glad you pointed out that comment by Captain Doge.
Yeah.
Because it does going back to the Tears of the Kingdom situation, because that is like our most. I feel like that's our closest comp. We can't compare this to 2D Zelda. We can't. Our closest comp is Tears of the Kingdom. It's not the same because that was. I mean, there's still a lot of things that make them both very different. One, Tears of the Kingdom is coming out very late into Switch 1 generation. Ocarina of Time is the first big new 3D Zelda project for the Switch 2 generation, right? So those two things make it very different scenarios. But also, Tears of the Kingdom was a long-awaited sequel. Ocarina of Time is... it's some kind of remake. We still don't know exactly what kind of remake it is. I think it's like a very ambitious remake. And I fear I'm gonna go on a tangent now, but Lexi, what do you think? What kind of remake is Ocarina of Time? Tell people, because I've been talking about what I think for a long time, but tell people what you think.
I mean, I think that this is known as like the greatest game of all time to many people, right? So it's a really big deal. I mean, I'm not as much of a theorizer as you are, but I also watch all your videos and hear your opinions. So it's a little hard for me to not let it your opinions you know. Sure. But
I sway you.
Yeah, but I do think that they should add stuff. It shouldn't just be one-to-one. I mean, obviously there's tons of things they can do to quality of life and with the controls and menus and things like that they will do. That's a given. But everybody wants to know, is there going to be new content? I think probably. Yeah, I hope for side quests. I mean, we've talked about this 1,000 times, but temples can be rearranged. I don't know if I think they should redo the already existing dungeons. Um, like they could like revamp them, but I don't know if they should completely remake them different. So, yeah.
Okay, so when you say revamp, what do you mean? What do you kind of envision with revamp? Is revamp just like visual overhaul, or are you kind of thinking like they redo the dungeons a little bit? Like, kind of like you take a house and you're like, this house needs to be renovated so it feels more comfortable as
Yeah.
a better house. I don't know if this is a good analogy or not, but
No, you're doing great. I'm trying to think of how I answer this, cuz definitely the graphics and like what's in them, like the decorations or whatever,
yeah,
like could
right. Like,
be
so like the forest temple might
changed.
maybe they put like more paintings and
More
stuff,
stuff, yeah.
but that's just
But
aesthetics. Like
right.
structurally though, like
Structurally, I don't know if I feel like they should really change them. I don't know. It's a tough one because like the game is great, so you don't want to like change something that's already great, but like you could add to it is kind of like my thought on it. Am I going to be upset? By the way, let me say this. I'm not going to be upset at anything that they do because I trust Nintendo with Zelda. Hands down. I'm going to love every Zelda game that comes out. So I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm just saying, like, what I guess I think.
every Zelda game.
Yeah. What do you mean? Every Zelda game I've played, I love.
Okay,
And
have
I've
you
played
played?
most of them.
Um,
Okay. And
I'm trying to
like,
think of a really like obscure bad one.
well,
But
okay.
the thing is, I haven't played those either, so I can't speak. I can't really like speak for them.
Yeah. I feel like I do have an unpopular opinion that one of my favorite Zelda games is Phantom Hourglass. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but it was so fun because it's kind of like Wind Waker where you get to like drive the boat around
Yeah.
and go explore and find the islands and explore them. But then it was really cool because like you would find treasure maps and stuff, and then it would be like X marks the spot, and then you'd get to go drive there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not in that game? Did you not have the thing where you could like park the boat and then you like send the thing underwater to pick stuff up, or was that?
There was definitely like some treasure hunting in Phantom Hourglass
Yeah,
too.
because you would have to like not damage your ship, or else you'd have to go get it fixed by that guy. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was. I feel like you're summoning memories for me right now. So like in the Wind Waker, you could hunt treasure, right? And it was in like it was it was full typical like 3D Zelda, but
Yeah, and Wind Waker
you
is
couldn't.
great.
You'd have to repair your boat though. Phantom Hourglass, that I guess that would be for that.
Yeah, I just thought it was so fun how like you would find the treasure maps and then you go there and you'd like
And like you were
uncover the
charting.
treasure.
The thing is,
Yeah, you're charting
you're
it.
like you're literally charting. Like
Yes.
literally charting. So that was a
I
cool
thought
thing.
that was so fun. And then I know people have an issue with how you have to go back to that main dungeon
Yeah.
multiple times in the game. But it was hard. Like it was scary because what are the enemies in that game called? Like they're like phantom
What,
dudes.
the knights?
Yeah,
I
like
don't
the
remember what
big
they're
dude.
called. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
and they're scary because you can only kill them like by hitting them in the back. But I think you have to get like a sword upgrade or something. It's been a while since I played it, so I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But
It came on the DS, which is ancient technology now, and there's no way to play it.
I
having a DS or-
love the DS.
Yeah. Whenever this conversation comes up, I'm always like, well, what do we do? How do we play?
I know.
Like what can Nintendo do? Because
I know.
I did always think it was cool because there are DS games that did something like they did the whole vertical thing where they used both screens to create like a big vertical image, and there were like the boss fights in Phantom Hourglass, and I'm assuming I didn't actually play Spirit Tracks. I've only played Phantom Hourglass, but they had like these large scale bosses that you would see on both screens. Like, I guess they would have to like either emulate like the dual screen gameplay of DS,
Mm-hmm.
or just remaster the game.
I don't know, because you have to think, like, when you're using this stylus and stuff, like, how do they, like, you'd have to have that, right? For some games, like Phantom Hourglass, like,
maybe
you
they
draw
could
the
use
puzzles.
motion controls for the cursor, but it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, but even in Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, like, you guide Link around using it, and you know how, like, you have the screen here, and then here's the thing, and you, like, slash your sword like that.
Yeah.
So, like, it would just be different. I don't know.
It's very hard. That's the thing. It's very hard to, like, make it work. What I would almost prefer Nintendo do is there's two things they could do, but realistically, like, I don't know if you guys remember, they had the NES Classic and the SNES Classic. They should just release separately a DS Classic that has like 15 to 20 classic iconic DS games, and eventually the 3DS Classic as well. And yeah, the DS Classic would just have to have like the games, like it would have to have Mario 64 DS, Metroid Prime Hunters, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, New Super Mario Bros. U, Mario Kart DS, Animal Crossing Wild World, like, and then like there's other
Nintendogs.
Nintendogs.
You forgot Nintendogs.
Forget
And
Nintendogs.
you forgot Cooking Mama. But anyway, carry on.
There was like one that was about surgery. I forget. That one was really cool.
Oh.
I forget the name of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it probably was a different game.
Panic Center or like Trauma Panic or something. Like
I don't know.
There was a lot of games like that. There was like there's just a lot of like really cool games that came out. It was like Yoshi Touch and Go. A lot of games that are very creative with like using like the touch screen and stuff.
It was such a great time.
Yeah, so
it was such a great time.
And the thing is, all those games are maybe on a smaller scale. So if they did do like a DS Classic, maybe they could fit in like 20. You know,
I also still have my 3DS, and I'm not above picking it up and playing it today. Just saying.
That's another option. Just have a DS already and go and play those games.
Yeah,
I might have a DS hanging around. Actually,
okay. You gotta find it.
Yeah, and then just find the cartridges. The thing is, Pokemon games are really expensive.
Yeah.
Hope in the chat. I love Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl got me back into Pokemon. Like, I fell off. I didn't fall off, but like the gap between like Gen 3 and Gen 4, there was a few years where I didn't play for that much. And with Pokemon Pearl, it brought me back into Pokemon, and so it got me into competitive. But a lot of people bring up good games. Greek the Geek, Professor Layton, Ace Attorney, Super Chris, Kirby Canvas Curse was fire. I love Kirby Canvas Curse. What were you gonna say?
I scrolled up a little bit in the chat.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to get to.
Yeah. Can I bring something up?
Yes.
Okay. So, first off, Greek the Geek asked if I played Minish Cap, and yes, I have, and it's fun. And then Hope says, I enjoyed Spirit Tracks way more. The thing about Spirit Tracks for me was that when you're riding on the train, it feels like it lasts forever. So that was the only thing. But I mean, I still liked it because it's a Zelda game.
Yeah. I would like to point out this super chat. Venetus712, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. Venetus here says, congrats on 60K, Andres. If the Ocarina of Time remake doesn't dance to Suavemente, we riot. Ocarina of Time remake Ganondorf. First of all, thank you for the congratulations. Very much, I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Do you guys know what the Ganondorf Suavemente dance is?
I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can put this up.
Okay, while I pull that up, Attack the Backlog said Phantom Hourglass is awesome. Yeah. Hope said I disagree. It's okay, Hope.
All right, so there's multiple Suavemente Ganondorf videos. I don't know which one to pick. All right, we'll do this one, and then we'll
Don't mess this up. It's my first time seeing it. You need to pick the right one.
Oh God.
You got one. You got one shot.
I don't know, but
one
I'll tell
shot.
you I've seen this one. That was mean. I liked it though. Oh man. The pressure. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to have to share this. Okay. Can you see the YouTube screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see it full screen now?
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Suavemente, bésame.
That's it. The eyebrow.
A ver si te gusta esto.
What did he
Let's
say?
See if you like this. Let's see if you like this.
Okay.
Toma, take this. Here.
Ni siquiera he comenzado.
It hasn't even gotten started. Suave. El papi chulo.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Tienes miedo?
Are you scared?
That's what you said?
Yeah.
Oh
What's
my
wrong?
God.
Are you scared? Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I don't know if that was the right one, but that was one of them.
That was one of them. And we saw it.
That was the one I was thinking about. There's an animation of it too.
I like how you can translate everything for me.
Yeah, if it's in Spanish, I can translate usually most of it. Yeah. Anyway, we should riot if Ganondorf doesn't have a little bit of a groove. You know, on that note, it would be neat. It would be neat if like we got a little bit more characterization of Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time this time. Like, and I think that to me feels like a safe prediction because you look at Star Fox, and I feel like Star Fox has created like the bare minimum for what we should expect for the Ocarina of Time remake because they literally added new story scenes for all the major characters. So we should at least get a little bit more story context for like Link, Princess Zelda, and Ganondorf in this remake.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe there's a little bit of Suavemente.
Yeah, new story.
There's no Suavemente Ganondorf.
New story.
Or maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Yeah. I expect some new story stuff. A little bit. A little bit of extra story stuff. Like, nothing that necessarily... I mean, there could be some little things that kind of, like, change, like, our perspectives as, like, Zelda theorists, maybe, but it'll just be kind of, like, you know, just a little bit more. Like, what Star Fox did, it just added a little bit more. You kind of learned a little bit more about the background of, like, Fox and Falco. Like their time in the academy or what they were doing beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So, like with Link, maybe we could learn a little bit more about like his lineage. With Princess Zelda, maybe we could see a little bit more about the relationship between her and the king, who's off screen the entire game. And with Ganondorf, maybe we could see a little bit more about like the events that led to his, you know, challenge for the throne or what have you. So they could add some simple scenes. Not they don't have to be simple, but they could easily put in a few extra cutscenes here and there to give us a little bit more for that, and that would be just basically what they did for Star Fox, which technically is a budget release by Nintendo. So, yeah.
We definitely think there's gonna be new content.
Mm-hmm. Some level of it. Hope, having been a member for 42 months, points out where it says "Hi Ruby" in the background. There she is. Just taking
She's
a little bit of
living
food.
it up,
How you doing, baby girl?
living the dream.
Just
She's
being
so
a
cute.
baby.
She is like smaller in person than I thought, and she's really sweet and cuddly.
Yeah, she's tiny.
Boomini says, Lex, are you a fan of the Xenoblade Chronicles games? If so, would you think about Xenoblade Genesis?
So I'm trying to get her into it.
Yeah.
I want to get her to play all 3 or all 7 Xenoblade campaigns at one point or another.
Yeah.
Which is kind of overwhelming, you know. And what's interesting, I guess like a good comp is like I've wanted to get into Kingdom Hearts, but I think about how much there is to play for Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like, that's just too much. You got to start somewhere, and like I've been kind of stuck. Like, oh, should I have her play Oh, put it to the poll. Chat,
Put it to the poll.
The chat's guy decided
You guys
this
will
for me.
decide my fate.
Yeah.
I for sure want to try it. Like, I'm open to it and I'm going to do it. But the question is, like, let's say, chat, keep this in mind when you vote, right? I might not play all of them. So if you have to pick one, right? Like, does it make sense to start on one? And then if I really like it, I'll keep going. But if I'm just like, yeah, that was fun, but I'm ready for something else, like, is one, the first one, the one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're long games, right? That's what Greek
They are
Thinking
long
says.
games.
There are a lot
they
of
are long
hours to go through.
RPGs. Yeah, they're all long.
Yeah. Yeah, Kingdom
So
Hearts
even
also
put-
seems cool.
Yeah, because with Kingdom Hearts 4 coming up for Switch 2, and all the Kingdom Hearts being available, like I kind of want to. It's just a huge time investment.
Yeah. It's like turn-based combat, or no? No.
I don't know how it was in the beginning.
No, I'm talking
but
about Xenoblade.
It's not turn-based. It's real-time.
Okay. But it's just like a
It-
lot of story.
There's
Right.
a lot of
A
story.
lot of cutscenes, or is it like you're reading through dialogue?
It's a lot of cutscenes and voice acting.
Okay.
Like it's a Xenoblade probably has the best told cinematic story out of all Nintendo franchises.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm debating if I should just put Xenoblade 1 and 2 for the poll. 3, it doesn't make 3 you have to play after 1 and 2. So
So it's 1 or 2, correct?
you know what?
Just throw it in there.
I'll put Xenoblade 3 in there. Why not? Or
Captain
X.
Doge says,
Actually, X.
I've never played any, but it would be funny to keep her locked in the room till she beat all of them with unlimited coffee. There should probably be a waiver in there somewhere too. I do love coffee. So.
All right, I made the poll a little bit more interesting, but I did not say lock you in the room indefinitely.
Also, if I could be locked in a room playing video games all day, that would be awesome. Like, no responsibilities. That'd be great.
Yeah, and you get fed.
I would? I wouldn't starve to death?
No.
Wow.
They would take you would need some food to get through.
Just to get through the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
No, just like rice.
Okay.
I feel like I knew what this was gonna end up being, but I'm sad.
Let me look at this.
I'm sad that my favorite one is not doing so hot.
I mean, Genesis might be a good starting point. Is it a new story? Because it just looks cool.
Yeah, it's not connected. They're well, we don't know, but
it looks cool.
What we understand is what we believe we understand is that it's a new beginning. Like, so the Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 and their expansions are all connected story-wise. You can play each one individually and they stand alone, but the bigger picture for all of them are connected. X is kind of just its own thing. So you can play X and at any point, right? It's its own thing. There are just like some references that you're like, oh, cool. But and then, yeah, Genesis is like a new beginning for the series. Because the thing is, the other Xenoblade games are called Xenoblade Chronicles 1, or they all have Chronicles. They dropped the Chronicles moniker. Now it's just Xenoblade, and then Genesis. Like it's like, you know, the first book in the Bible. Like it's like, you know, implying like a new beginning. So yeah, you could wait for Genesis, but you should also just play Xenoblade because they're all good. They're all
We'll
good
see
games.
we'll see what the chat thinks. Actually,
well, I mean, they already decided. It's already pretty obvious.
I can't see it. I don't know where to look.
All right, do you have access? Are you looking at the YouTube chat at all? Not the one through
I guess
the
I can
app
just
that we're
click
using.
one.
Oh, maybe you have to click one first.
Okay, I clicked one.
Which one did you click?
Genesis. Look, do I get a say in this?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
It doesn't matter.
I don't get a say.
Your say doesn't make a difference because it's the vote is so heavily weighing in one direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Some
right,
people
so
think you
keep
should just start with
posted
Genesis though. Yeah.
on my journey.
Yeah. The thing is though, like the Xenoblade games are just so good, like you should play them just because they're good games. Like they're just really good games. Like, okay, think of it like this. Think of it like this. Hear me out. What if I told you, assuming you weren't a fan of Zelda, and I was like, hey, you should play Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. You should play all three of those Zeldas, right? And you've never played a Zelda game before. And then we were like talking about, or should you just wait for Breath of the Wild? Like, obviously, like, yeah, Breath of the Wild. We don't know if Genesis is going to end up being like one that good, right? I think it's gonna be a really good game. But my point is, like, Breath of the Wild would have been like next generation Zelda, but you would still have Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess to play. Like, all three of those Zeldas are really good Zelda games. You know, you don't regret playing them. Like, if you waited for Breath of the Wild, you would have been like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
yes, but
as someone who's played all the Xenoblade games, I feel like you're gonna want to play those at some point or another if you come to like Xenoblade Genesis.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the whole thing about it. Is like, if I like it enough, I will play all of them. But if I like it and I'm like, I'm glad I played that. That was cool. Like, there's just so many other games. Like, so everybody's probably like, you're gonna love it. So it's stupid anyways. But I'm just thinking, what?
I know you've played RPGs, but like, how big are you with RPGs? Because you tend to prefer. You're more of a cozy gamer.
No, I've played a lot of RPGs, but I think I do get lost in the ones that are like all cutscene and story. Like, I like to explore, you know, and like, I like RPG. I like, for example, like, I just played through The Witcher 3 and it was really great. There's a lot of story, but the story was really good. But I feel like Xenoblade is more story, it sounds like.
I haven't played Witcher, so I can't say. Yeah. Have you played Final Fantasy? It's a lot of story. Like, there'll be like there might be like an 8-minute cutscene, a 10-minute cutscene. Like, there's a lot of
That's
gameplay,
long though.
but they're because it's like you're watching a show, and then when you're not watching a show, you're exploring a beautiful, crazy world, and having cool fights. Like that's kind of like what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try it for sure.
Is X
Definitely
the
gonna
lightest
try
on
it.
story? I don't know. Maybe X. I don't. It might be. Yeah. Anyways, so far, chat thinks it's you should play Xenoblade 1. So. Anyway,
40-minute cutscenes.
Really? I don't remember that. Maybe there's like one. I don't know. Venitus with another super chat. Thank you for super chat. Let's throw a wrench in there and play Xenogears first. I think that came out for what, PlayStation 2, and I didn't have a PS2, so I never played those. I've only played the Xenoblade games. Like so, Monolith Soft, the makers of Xenoblade, used to be a part of SquareSoft, which became Square Enix and Monolith Soft. Like they kind of like branched off. Anyway,
Okay.
like before Xenoblade, there was the Bad and Kaidos games, which was on GameCube, and then there was the Xenogears stuff. A lot of people have gone and played those and really liked them. I can't vouch for them because I haven't played for them, but a lot of Xenoblade fans have and love them.
Has anybody in the chat played Big Walk that just came out? Because I've been trying to get Andres to play that with me. It looks fun. It's like puzzles.
We're gonna play it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It was in was in the last Nintendo Direct, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's gonna be
I
on
think
Switch
so.
too. Yeah. Oh, let's just show a trailer then, so people know what we're talking about.
yeah.
Oh, it was a launch trailer. Sure.
How long is it?
Only 40 minutes. No, it's like a minute. It's a minute long. It's fine. Oh, I did. Okay. Here we go.
Hi,
Hello.
we're House
Yeah,
House.
right.
We made Untitled Goose Game, and we also made this game we're playing right now. It's called Big Walk, and it just came out today.
Hooray!
It's a place for friends to have a big adventure that's about finding new ways to talk to each other.
We love all the funny little ways that people find to communicate in online games and wanted to make a whole game out of doing that. So we made these expressive characters, put them in a big open world, and filled it with challenges that get you talking. With your hands, walkie-talkies,
Copy that.
body language, fireworks, megaphones, cowbells, or just yelling. No matter if you're playing with one other person or as part of a big group, the focus of the game is always on the people you're playing with. And we think that's a really special feeling.
We've been working on Big Walk for 6 years now, and we still love playing it together. We hope you will too. And now you can, because Big Walk is out now. Have fun. All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm hyped.
I feel like the trailer doesn't show as much. Like, I think it's a lot of puzzle solving.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What are you eating? I just want to know.
I had sun chips.
Okay,
earlier,
nice.
just laying there, so I started picking at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that game looks fun.
It actually made me want to play it more. I could put up a longer trailer, but
Yeah, I mean, it looks really fun. You can have 12 players, which is just sounds really chaotic.
I think
But-
I think I'd rather just like do it co-op.
Yeah, we'll just do it co-op. That's fine. But I'm just saying it's cool if people want to have a group together, and then it's fun. I think puzzle games are really fun like that. Like I like the escape type games and stuff because like you kind of have to put your heads together and be like, ooh, you know. And then somebody has an idea, and then on the next thing, the other person has an idea, and then you feel really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah. Yeah, that's like, it just seems like, just looking at that trailer,
Mm-hmm.
like the idea of just kind of like exploring around, very chill, figuring things out. Like I like solving puzzles, like
Yeah.
that, and like the vibe the trailer had to me, that seemed like pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. Just hanging out, solving puzzles, walking, taking a big walk.
Yeah,
You know?
but I also liked that they were kind of like really harping on like communication, and like
Yeah.
that seems like a really important element. So, yeah, I'm into it. All right, so
Captain Doge says undressed looking jacked right now. Motivational for real, for real.
thanks. I feel like it looks good, but I'll take the compliment. Thank you. Scrolling
Also,
through.
Sutman said open from the bottom like a savage. I think talking about your sunships.
Oh my god, you're right. I am a savage. I opened it from the bottom because I wasn't even thinking about it. I just grabbed the bag and, because I guess I'm a savage.
I opened bananas from the bottom because I heard that's how monkeys open them. I heard that's how monkeys open them. And I was like, anyway, I don't know. I was going to say they're smarter.
Yeah, they're next level.
It just works. You guys have to try it and let me know what you think.
You heard it from Lexi. If you want to be like a monkey, open a banana from the bottom. It might make sense.
I feel like they know more about bananas than us.
They might. Should respect their intelligence. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the Duskbloods.
Yeah.
So, network test has been happening this weekend. The first of the 5 sessions was canceled. The way the messaging was, it left people really debating if there would be more. It seems like they're just going to be finding a new slot for that one, and the others are happening. Maybe they weren't sure when they made when they had to cancel the first session. That's why it was a little vague until they announced the next one would be coming up. But the network test has been going. We've had a couple sessions. I've gotten a chance to play it. You watched me.
Yes.
And when I was recording it, well, that's the thing. I'm not actually supposed to record it, but I wasn't going to share it. But I was having audio issues, and I think it's because there might be something about like it running through my capture card that was making it run weird.
Yeah.
But after I got off that, I just played it in handheld mode. Game was working totally fine, and so I was like, okay, this is a test, but like the audio was so bad, it was kind of it was playable, but audio wise, it was a train wreck. Like it was
terrible.
It was terrible, but that is probably for other reasons. That if you play the game normally, it's looking and playing completely fine, and visually, I felt like the game looks really good. It's a good looking Switch 2 title. I don't know what the frame rate is at, and I haven't done like any frame checks, right? But it is running well, in the sense that it's above 30. People have been saying it's somewhere around 40 FPS. So that is interesting that it's doing that. But we also know that they're still optimizing, so we'll see how good the frames are upon final release. But like, still, it seems to be like fairly impressive. And the other thing to keep in mind is that From Software titles in general we don't usually look to From Software as being like people who or devs that push hardware. They're usually their games aren't like known for like running extremely smooth either. What they're known for are these very dark gothic worlds with a lot of challenge but a really good combat system and being very rich in lore. And the Duskbloods is that. It has this really, I mean, at least that we get to explore. It's a pretty sizable, dense map with a lot of secrets and nooks and crannies that has this very, dark, gothic aesthetic with other things mixed in. And yeah, it's beautiful, it's cool, there's a lot to find, but it plays like a typical Soulsborne game would, but with a little bit more. Like it flows well. Like you have the dodging mechanics, you have the blocking mechanics, you have the parrying mechanics, but you have a lot more verticality now. You have a normal jump, and the normal jump, if you hold it, it's like a pretty big leap. Like you'll jump like several times your height with just your initial jump, and then you have 3 mid-air jumps and a dash you can do in the air. So it's like Smash Brothers. It's like 3D Smash Brothers, actually, which is pretty crazy. Every character has at least one type of ranged attack, but every character is very unique. With that, they have like their kind of own like attack styles and moves and abilities. And so I've tried 3 of them so far, and I mean, I managed to win 1 game last night, and I'm really liking the loop, but. Yeah, if you guys have any questions on my thoughts, or Lexi, if there's something you're curious about,
Yeah,
hit
like
with a giant metal electrical cable.
Yeah, I mean, it's important, I think, to remember, like for everybody to remember that this is not the final version. This is a network test, so they're gonna, we don't even have a release date yet, right?
No, not really. Just that they've reiterated in the press earnings release, the parent company Kanekawa, that it's 2026 still, but
okay,
we don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about this type of stuff, but maybe they're holding off to see like how much they need to work on. I don't know.
Maybe.
What do you think? You think they just haven't told the release date yet?
Well, the thing is, in the June Direct, they told us that the network test would be happening in the summer, but they did not reiterate the games coming out in 2026 during the June Direct.
Okay.
However, the network test has happened, and the game is actually looking and running pretty great. So I would say it actually bodes pretty well. It doesn't seem like the game's in a rush state. Like I was worried yesterday, but that was just because of my setup. It wasn't, like most people when they're playing the game is looking and running great.
Yeah.
So it's not like the game's in this state where it's unplayable. Now, granted, they did have to cancel the first session, so they have to sort something out with their servers. But this network test is happening. And something I point out in a few different videos, Night Rain, when that network test happened, the game came out I think it was 4 months later. I've looked it up. We're in August right now, right? So yeah, it's like it was about 4 months, I think, between the network test and the game's final release. And so we're getting the Duskbloods network test in this month of August, and we've been anticipating, we don't know, but we've been anticipating, we just kind of look at what Nintendo has announced so far, that the Duskbloods would be coming out in December. Because we have Fire Emblem in September. Obviously, it's not a September release, right, at this point. Switch Sports is October, and even that feels like a little bit too soon for it to come out. Ocarina of Time probably is November, even though we don't know for sure yet. And that leaves December, and Nintendo has put out several big titles before in December. And so in terms of how they handled Night Rain, in terms of the timing of things, if they are still pushing 2026, if that's what they're still going for, things are lining up for a December 2026 release still, which I'd be all for. Yeah.
Yeah. I was curious too, like, is there multiple different maps?
There's supposed to be 3, actually. So we've only seen one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't the only map. And the mansion, like you saw, we were trying to explore the mansion. There's more to the mansion that we haven't seen yet. They did not let it. We have no customization options.
Yeah.
There is a customization option, but it's locked off in the network test.
That mansion was huge too. Like, I wonder what all they're gonna have in there, because there was a lot of. It seemed like there's a lot of space.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but like there's a way to fast travel within the mansion. Like they have it set up where there's gonna be multiple areas where you fast travel to. Why do that if it's just a small place? To me, that suggests that there's a little bit more size to it. I'm not saying it's like a giant open world, but
yeah,
you know, there's probably a few more rooms. There's a little bit more to it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's the sigils, and so there's supposed to be a whole bunch more. They only had like 4, and that's like some level of customization that there was in the network test. And we also saw from the network test that like there were other classes that were leaked. We only got to play as 6, but supposedly there's 14. So there's a whole bunch of other classes, and there's a whole bunch of other sigils.
There's 14.
According to the leaks, yes.
Oh, wait, how many different characters? Like, are you saying there's...
Each class is a character.
That's a lot of characters.
Each character with its own, like,
that's
like,
cool.
We had, like, whole character descriptions with the
yeah.
And so...
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's gonna, like... Because I feel like there's a lot of things in the game that can change, like, the gameplay depending on how you, like, upgrade your character and, like... Or what you decide to kind of, like, do, right? In the match. So to have that many different characters too is pretty cool.
Yeah. Cardcrin is saying officially it's 10 plus, right? So
okay.
Maybe there's some confusion with the leaked information, but there's still other characters we haven't seen. There's other sigils we haven't seen.
I didn't even know it was going to be 10. I just thought that all the characters were there, so that's still cool.
Yeah, and then there's other maps, and the thing is, just the one map I feel like is a pretty big map with a lot going on. And so to hear that there's 2 others that are like dense with different things to find and explore, and there's just kind of like different things that add more layers to it. And then obviously, if they want to add DLC or something later on, like sure, but like we're just talking about like the day 1 content.
Yeah.
Like it seems pretty good, and if it has legs, I mean, I didn't play Night Rain, so I don't know what they did to kind of give it legs afterwards. But,
yeah.
They could conceivably give it legs, and this is different because this is coming out early on for the Switch too. Night Rain was kind of like, hey, you liked Elden Ring, play this. Right? The Duskbloods is kind of like its own thing coming out early on for Switch 2. Like they may want to do more for it to keep it going. We'll see.
I'm really curious how it'll do on Switch 2, just simply because like so many FromSoft fans, usually their games come out on different platforms, right? So it is interesting to think about. I mean, I hope it does well, right? I hope it does well, but
yeah,
you don't know.
There's a question from Ham Starry. Is it going to be similar to Demon Souls Nexus? So I played Demon Souls, and I think I don't remember. I think you're just talking about like the hub area for Demon Souls, right? If it's called the Nexus, I don't remember. Yeah, like it's not like giant, but like you can explore around for a few minutes and find different things, right? It might be bigger than that. It might be about the size of that. Like there's a little bit to explore. It's not just like one room. In the Duskbloods, like there's multiple rooms. There's a big area for the training segment. So, and there's a few extra little things. So it might be comparable to that, a little bit, along those lines. Yeah.
So you liking it? Like you thought it was pretty fun?
I hated it actually. No, and I think it was really good. Like I want to continue playing it. Like that's I think that's the cool thing. Like there are a lot of games that I'll try, right? And I'm like, all right, I got my fill. I don't need to go at it again, right? I'm not like thinking, oh, I can't wait to go back and play more. I want to go back and play more. And I've already done 2 sessions. Like I want to continue playing. I feel like there's a lot more to figure out. And it's really fun. Like so, as someone who's into From Software games, who likes like fighting the enemies, like there are some really hard bosses that just completely wallop you, and like we'll have parties of people going at these like clearly like everyone needs to learn. So like figuring out how to dodge these enemies, different things like that, there's a challenger. And what's also interesting, again, I didn't play Night Rain, but I do understand that Night Rain had a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, had enemies from Elden Ring. So if you played Elden Ring going to Night Rain, you might have some advantage, right? Like kind of understanding the mechanics of the game, and some of the enemies. I'm assuming there's a lot of new stuff too. But with the Duskbloods, it's all new, right? So like whatever the attack patterns are for these different bosses, like we have to sort that out. But also, because it's happening during a match where there's other things going on, you're not necessarily going at it dying repeatedly, right? So there's a little bit of like to learn the patterns might actually be a little bit more challenging. On the flip side though, I also don't feel like the bosses are necessarily as hard. Some of them were pretty brutal, but I think the other thing is it kind of depends on when you go at it, because if you go at it from the beginning when you're level 1, it sucks. But if you play for about 10 minutes and level up several times, getting different power-ups and strengths and HP, like then you go at it and you can take a few more hits and things, you have a few more options, then the boss will feel easier.
But I feel like compared to what I've seen with other like Souls games, like you'll go in and you'll just get one shot, like especially when you're at level 1 and you haven't gotten the what are they called, the virtue points, and like leveled up and stuff. But in this game, it seems like you could take like 2 hits, you know, when you're underpowered. So that maybe speaks to what you're saying about how it's like little bit easier, but it's still like a Souls game, right? So
yeah, and that's why I brought it up. Like I still kind of like, oh, like there are these bosses, they're really hard right now, but if I kind of learn them under these same conditions, I can go and fight this boss, survive, beat it, and get a lot more virtue points, which is super advantageous to winning the match, or just performing better. So yeah, I definitely, you know, and also if you form an alliance with someone, right, that's gonna obviously make it way easier too. Like you don't have to be really good, but the point is there are options there. You can find a way to go about doing different things, and I love that. I love that you do have a lot of options. I will say that when I played it last night, I was a little annoyed because I was like, hey, let's work together, everyone. Like, I walk up to several people, offered an alliance, and they just started trying to kill me. Or, like, I would be fighting a boss, and I would find that people were waiting and would come at me and attack from behind while I was fighting a boss. And there was even a scenario where I saw somebody. They were getting attacked and were about to lose against the boss. I came in, saved them, was killing the boss. They ran away. Right before I beat the boss, they came back and killed me. So I saved them. They came back and murdered me. That was bothering me. That really annoyed me.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I feel like it's up to game developers to make it like appealing for people to work together in these types of games, where you get to make a choice. Do you want to work together, or do you want to fight each other? You know, I mean, I haven't played the game myself, but I guess I'm just wondering why everybody's just going in and like trying to kill each other. Do you feel like there's a good reason to work together?
Well, maybe as the game develops, people will kind of start to learn a little bit more. And I will say, as I continue to play a little bit more, I actually did end up forming a few different alliances. Right? Like I'm complaining about my first few sessions, right? But as I've done more, I formed a few of those alliances, and it was interesting doing that. There were advantages there, and so I just feel like I need more time with the game, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that maybe that's kind of, there's a little bit of a learning curve for me there, where I'm seeing that people are being really cutthroat and doing everything they can to best you, right? Like they're not interested in being friends. A lot of people aren't interested in being friends. I saw someone share footage today, which we're not allowed to do, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I
I
saw
wonder
that
if it'll get
they,
taken down.
I don't know, but I saw that they declined every like boss invitation. Like the thing is, when you're playing, like if you just don't touch it, it's gonna go anyway. They actively would press the decline button because they just didn't want to see it. They just didn't care to join the battles. And I think, there might be there might be a strategy there because you just want to focus on getting your own stats and stuff. You don't want to help someone else out. Maybe you don't see much benefit there. But it's just interesting because my brain's like, oh, people are fighting a giant boss. I would love to help out. That sounds really fun, right? Because I like Monster Hunter. And Monster Hunter, it's all about teaming up together to fight giant monsters. So, like, I kind of get a little bit of that vibe. So I do join. Although, however, I'll say, as I played more, there were times where I was in the middle of something and I was about to acquire virtue points or something. And I was like, oh, I need to make sure I get this done first. And if the invitation is still available, then I will join. And so, yeah, I think there will be times where I'm not going to join a boss, like, invite, right? But I guess I'm just kind of noticing that people have different play styles, and a lot of people aren't as interested in helping others as I am.
So in the final version of the game, is it going to be where you can go in with a friend and do, like, pairs, and then you can both win together?
So what I understand is there's so the normal game there's alliances, but there's also a version without alliances. Those are singles, and then there's duos. So you could join with friend, and I've heard the way the structure. So the way the structure works, there's 4 phases, right? In the first phase, no one gets cold, taken out of the game, right? In the second phase, the bottom 2 get cold. There's only 8 players, right? So then after phase 2, there's only 6 players remaining. At the end of the third phase, 3 more will get cold, leaving only 3 left for the final fight, right? That's how it's been. However, in duos, I've heard that it's basically after the second phase, 2 are eliminated, and then after the third phase, 2 more are eliminated. So basically 2 teams are eliminated, leaving 2 teams left, 2 duo teams left to duke it out or fight an enemy at the end. So that would be the structure of it.
Yeah.
I
mean,
might end up liking that, like having a teammate to work together. The alliances element is really interesting though, because like there is that potential of maybe working together with someone or having them betray you. And I think as I play more, I'll be a little bit more, I'll acclimate a little bit more, be more prepared for that. Because the other thing is that since I'm playing, I'm like confused. Like I don't know my environment. I don't know what's coming at me. There's all these different systems in place. There's all these different markers on the map. It's a lot to figure out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once I get my bearings better and I understand the strats better, I'll be aware that if I'm fighting an enemy, there's probably some loser waiting around the corner, just waiting for the right time to come and stab me in the back, and then I'll be aware. I'll be ready for it. And then maybe I'll see other opportunities where, hey, it looks like, okay, so for example, today I was playing, and I was playing with the sniper lady, and I sniped a boss to kill it, but someone else was fighting the boss, so I helped them finish the boss, right? And I immediately issued an invitation instead of engaging and fighting them, and they were like, okay, sure, I will ally with you, right? Because I helped them out. I could have shot them instead, use it as an opportunity to take them out, but instead I used the opportunity to help them out. And I think it was a scenario like that where they're more willing to ally with me. So it's cool to kind of like think about how to sort of work with different people in an environment where everyone's trying to win, right? So that's the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna read Captain Doe said, but if there's one winner, that'll decentivize collaboration. Like, I don't get, why would you team up with somebody if only one person can win? Like, I don't understand
to help
that.
you get to the top 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have a better chance to get to the end. That's it. Like, it's not easy to get to the top 3. So, like, if you team up with someone, you can then take down other people.
What happens when you kill other players?
I don't fully understand this, but it depends. There's a lot that's the thing. A lot of things depend on different circumstances. So, like, because there are characters, you can have different sigils, right? The sigil is kind of like an objective you have. Some characters will have a sigil that it's like, oh, you have to form an alliance, right? Other characters have a sigil where, oh, you have a mortal enemy, you have to hunt one particular person in the match. And there might be another sigil where it's kind of like telling you to hunt different people. And so in those cases, there are cases depending on your sigil where you're rewarded for killing certain people, and there will be other cases where you're rewarded with working with other people. Remember how I told you can betroth? You can like propose to somebody? That's a sigil, right? So like there are times where like choosing to like work together, like you're actually rewarded for that as opposed to murdering each other. So the sigils actually do make a difference there. And that's just like the 4 that are currently available. There's others that are going to really mix up things even more so. So that's one of the scenarios where killing someone makes sense. But also what I've seen is that when you do kill someone, if they already have some stuff, I think you can take something from them. I don't fully understand. It may just depend on what they have. It may depend on what your character is. Like, I know Zork, apparently, if you suck their blood, I think you actually steal some of their max HP and make it your own. So, like, it's something like that. So there are benefits to doing that. And then there are moments during the match where you're going to be fighting I forget, there's like these areas with these giant like gold cross things, and you're rewarded for killing people in that section where you get virtue points. So there are times where like the game definitely wants you to fight other people, but like there are also points where it's like it's not necessarily beneficial for killing someone. You might be just kind of wasting your time. And then there's also the boss fights where you can actually have people come in and help you fight a boss, right? So like they do try and put some stuff to make sure people work together, but also there's the flip side as well. So it's mixed.
Yeah.
And depending on what the other sigils are, that's going to change other things, you know? Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm glad it's coming to Switch too, so like people can play it, but I feel bad for all the fans that don't have a Switch that don't get to play it.
Why?
Because whenever Astrobot came out on the PlayStation, I don't have a PlayStation, and I wanted to play Astrobot. So they probably feel the same way.
Then they should just...
I'm not buying a PlayStation to play Astrobot.
Yeah. You should just date someone who has a PlayStation so you can play Astrobot.
Huh. What a good idea.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, exclusives happen. Like, that's kind of like PlayStation
I get that.
Like, Final Fantasy has been like timed exclusive for like PlayStation for so many years.
Yeah, but I feel like if like Soulsborne games are never exclusive to Switch. So the people that love those games and are used to getting those games, like all of a sudden they can't now because it's on Switch too. which is fine, but I feel bad because I know they want to play them.
Yeah.
You don't care because you have a PlayStation, a PC, and a Switch 2.
Yeah. My brain's just like, that's why there are incentives to buy the console, you know. But I will tell you that because nowadays a lot of Xbox games are on other platforms, right? A lot of PlayStation games are on PC now, and in the case of like the Horizon Lego thing that was on Switch, like we are seeing more like PlayStation and Xbox be more multi-platform.
Yeah, but I thought the PlayStation thing was over now. Like I heard something about they're not doing that anymore or something like that. Because you could play like the Horizon games on, like they ended up coming to PC. I don't know. Yeah, look it up.
I mean, there's probably some sort of article, but I feel like they're still doing it.
You gotta look at the super chats.
So yeah, apparently a few months ago that they want to pull back from doing that, but it depends on the game. It seems like some of their bigger releases maybe not, but then there are other things where they might be more willing.
I guess the point I'm trying to make is like with Nintendo, I don't expect them to put their own IPs. Like I get that those are exclusive, right? But this is different because this game is like not. Anyway, whatever. I'm done. I'm done arguing about it.
Oh, because I was gonna be like, well, what about Bloodborne? Because that was exclusive to PlayStation. I think it's on PC now, though, right?
When was that? Like, how long ago was that?
Many years ago.
Okay.
Many years ago. But I'm just saying, like, from
more people that would play that would have had PlayStation. Probably. That's probably a dumb argument, actually. So I'm gonna retract it and pretend I didn't say it.
Well, I think the other thing, though, is that I think a lot of people don't look at the Switch as, like, the place to play, like, modern AAA games, right? And so when you have something like the Duskbloods that does attract that audience, it's a lot of people who don't like playing on Nintendo because of that. It makes them think, there's a lot of people who are still like afraid to play on Nintendo for like AAA third parties, right? But the thing on Switch for the Switch 2 now is that they're getting a lot of like AAA third party games now. Like, you know, Capcom's been putting out their games running well at 60 frames per second, right? We're seeing like a lot of like all the Square Enix stuff is coming, right? Just recently we just saw Call of Duty running well on Switch 2, and Call of Duty's been away from Nintendo for years, right? Like they skipped the Switch generation entirely. They started the Wii U generation but phased out pretty quickly. And so like we're seeing the Switch 2 like actually become more of an environment where these kinds of games that haven't been on Nintendo for a long time are now coming to Nintendo. So it's an environment, it's becoming a new environment to play these kind of games. So I do feel like a little bit of that pushback is because a lot of people have kind of that haven't been playing Nintendo or like, oh, this is on Nintendo now, I don't know how I feel about it. But the cool thing is that like we're seeing these games and they're running well. Like, and I think there's been a lot of that concern. And then also like Nintendo's been so slow with like online stuff, like voice chat and things, but now the Switch 2 has those things. Like it's become a better environment for that kind of stuff, and once upon a time it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we fully agree, which is fine. Because I think they could not make it exclusive and just put it on Switch. Like, I don't know. And, I mean, I understand why Nintendo wants to beat because the fact of the matter is, like, some games didn't run that well on Switch at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
So that's why people have that opinion now. But we're also talking about like a little handheld tablet versus like a whole freaking PC, like they're just, I don't know, the expectations. But anyways, Switch 2, my dog just woke up.
Good.
Switch 2, yeah, it's looking great. It can handle this stuff. It should. People should play it. But I'm not gonna buy I'm not gonna buy PlayStation for one game. So I understand if people aren't interested in any games out on Switch 2, right? Then they're not gonna buy a Switch 2 just for the one game. Which is their choice.
Yeah. But I think the thing is that it's the big idea though is that it's kind of showing this environment. Like it's not gonna just be the Duskbloods though. That's the thing. Like it's just showing this kind of environment. What's also interesting is I've heard some people speculate that this might not be the last time there's an exclusive From Software title on Nintendo. I mean, people have been screaming for another Duskblood sequel, not Duskblood sequel, another Bloodborne sequel, and that has never come. Interestingly, a lot of people feel like the Duskbloods is kind of like a spiritual successor to Bloodborne, at least aesthetically. So it's cool to see. There are things to check in the chat, though, so let's get to that. Earlier, you told me to check this out. Captain Doge was saying, so it's like an extraction shooter almost, but you win like a battle royale. Proximity chat would probably help with alliances if it doesn't have that already. That's an interesting point. I normally don't like using voice chat with like random people, but something like proximity chat might be like, yo, bro, don't kill me. I come in peace. That would be interesting. But yeah, if there's one winner that would disincentivize collaboration. The other interesting thing, though, is that in the network test, there is just one winner, but we've also heard that the final battle will have, at times, like a boss fight at the end, so I think there can be a team victory, too, depending on the circumstances in the final version of the game. But yeah, at least for the network test, there is only one winner. So I see that does disincentivize collaboration a little bit for sure. But it's just interesting to me how like you can at least like use people to get to the final stage. Nintendo Prime in the chat. Thank you for the super chat, man. Pep the hell up, Ninty Prime says. And then another one. Thank you for the other super chat. Just be happy, smile, and get ready to party. Oh wait, that's me. Looks like Nintendo Prime's having a good time.
What's good, Nate?
And then another one. Another super chat. Thank you for all the super chats, Nate. Fine. Instead, let's rage against the machine. There you go. He's partying hard. And then, this is good timing. Hope, is that a golden retriever? So cute. Yeah, he's adorable.
She's a puppy, and she's 8 months.
Yo.
And she's the same color as Ruby.
Oh, okay. That's why this is here, for me to read it. Now we don't mind. He's the same. She's the same color as Ruby. Yeah.
She's kind of crazy because she's a puppy.
Yeah. She's
No.
being pretty quiet though.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to take her out of here.
Aw.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, she's pretty big. She's 8 months. What?
Okay, just like on the other topic.
Yeah.
Is there a game that obviously not Nintendo, right, that would come out exclusively for PlayStation where you're like, oh, maybe I need a PlayStation now? I guess the thing with Astrobot, that's like an it's an IP that's been around, but like Astrobot's like where it really blew up. Is there another game that you're like, oh, maybe I should now? I guess maybe an existing series that if it became exclusive, non-Nintendo, that it became exclusive to PlayStation, you'd be like, oh, I gotta get that. Or just like a new game hasn't been out for a long time that used to be for PlayStation, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I like on the PS3 I played Little Big Planet, but I still don't think I would buy like if they made another one of those games.
Yeah.
I don't think I would buy one.
Yeah.
For that. But at the same time, like, I'm a really big Nintendo fan, so like I'm always gonna buy a Nintendo console for Zelda and other things too, but like Animal Crossing, Mario, Luigi's Mansion. If they do another like 3D Kirby, that'd be cool. I'm forgetting things, but yeah, I'm always gonna have a Nintendo console for Zelda first and foremost. But otherwise, there's no other console that I'm like, I have to have that. I'm gonna have to take her out really quick. Should I turn off my camera?
Yeah, you can do that.
Will you do it for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. So where's the chat? Here we go. All right, RNL. Does the 40th I got confused with that question. Do you think the 40th anniversary logo of Zelda looks legit? Does it look like the Mario one? I think it is legit. Like, yeah, I mean, I think these leaks are very likely legitimate leaks here. Yes. Spiromancer, that is an Ocarina of Time remake brainstorm whiteboard. That is accurate. I've done most of the video ideas already there, but there might be a couple there that I haven't totally done yet. Oh, hi, how are you?
Hi.
It's been a long time.
I was gonna say on that whiteboard, I had to go take my dog out of the room because she was licking me too much. On that whiteboard, it says Lexi's really cool and awesome.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're supposed to have my back on this one.
The thing is, I might have written that down accidentally.
No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I would have had to erase it.
People can't see it.
No, Spiromancer could see.
No, but no, I don't think they can see. I think they're just
The thing is, when you stepped out, my screen was full screen, so they could see it better. And Spiromancer is like, is that an Ocarina of Time brainstorm board? And it basically is, yes.
Okay.
It's just like, if I have a video idea, I'll put it on the whiteboard.
Everybody's saying congrats on 60K.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you. Jay Biggs, congratulations. I'm still waiting for my shout out for that Halo leak.
Dude, you saved Captain Doge and his puppies from a burning building once?
I did my best.
Wow.
Glad I could help. I'm trying to remember this Halo leak. Had you like pointed out to me in the chat? I don't remember it, but I appreciate you. Xeno Hope, yes, congratulations. 40K away from 100K. Just 100K. Yeah, just 40 more away. That is kind of like my big goal.
Yeah, that's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah.
TP2 says ordering Domino's pizza. Anyone want anything?
I didn't hear you for some reason.
Oh.
I don't know why. It just like got muffled somehow.
TB2 said ordering Domino's pizza. Anyone want anything?
An extra large. Extra large.
Extra large.
Pineapple, barbecue sauce, ham, bacon.
I was about to be like, he wants barbecue chicken.
Yeah, barbecue chicken is pretty good. With pineapple, because I'm weird.
Yeah,
Tasha adds me. What'd you say?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first. Thank you. Have you seen those new leaks of Super Mario Titans? One image literally has a level from Kung Fu Panda game. They are not even trying. Yeah, it's just AI, weird Photoshop stuff. It's not real.
But also, Kung Fu Panda, kind of fire.
The movie?
I mean, I played this one Kung Fu Panda game on like my Xbox, or maybe it was a 360. It was fun.
Was it the with the Connect?
Mm-mm. But the movie's also really good.
Yeah, I love the movie.
Yeah.
Nate, barbecue with pineapple. There you go. He gets it.
You guys can share when we're in Seattle, and if we get pizza, you guys can share pizza.
Yeah. As Fear Mancer says that he can make out the new forest temple and something about Raru from my whiteboard. Yeah. I don't. Maybe I could. I could go back to that idea.
I was gonna say the whiteboard, about the whiteboard, cool idea for content creator, Netweed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like you gotta come up with ideas, right? Like a big part of your job is like being creative and coming up with ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps to write stuff down for sure.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like you're gonna have slow news days, so having ideas matters. But also like some of those ideas, I've either done, or if I haven't done them yet, it's because I mean there's just different variables. Like some ideas are more complicated than others, so if I want to do them justice, I would need more than like a day of working on them, and so those would take longer. And then sometimes it's just, do I think it's a good time to put out that idea, you know? And so that kind of depends. Yeah. So there's different variables. Like I want to talk about the next Kirby. At some point,
Yeah.
I want to make a video about that. But also, like, do I have enough information? Right? Do I have enough I feel like I can say about it? And so, you know, we'll see for that one. But I definitely feel like they've been very quiet, HAL, and their Kirby releases more quiet. Like if you look at the past, like Kirby releases were more frequent, and since the release of Forgotten Land, the most successful Kirby game to date, rather than immediately putting out a whole bunch of other new Kirby games, there's been a couple things, but their frequency of releases dropped since that mega release that has been so successful. And so, I mean, basically that just has me thinking that they're just focusing more resources now on a new quality 3D Kirby. I don't know when that's coming out, but that's kind of like, you know, that's basically the thought process, that it's kind of all hands on deck or many hands on deck for that. And that may explain a little bit as to why we haven't seen as much Kirby lately.
I feel like I was expecting Kirby sooner, and then they did Donkey Kong, and so now I'm like, wait, are they gonna keep doing Kirby? Or like, I know they'll keep doing Kirby, but like, I thought it was gonna be like the new big thing, you know. So I guess I'm just kind of, I don't know. I was like, oh, it's Donkey Kong, and so now I'm like, are they gonna keep doing Donkey Kong, or are they gonna pull something else out next and just keep us guessing?
Well, I just don't feel like. I guess, like, okay, so I don't think one means the lack of another, right? In a sense, yes, it has to, because, you know, they're not going to put Forgotten Land 2 and Donkey Kong Bonanza 2 in the same month, right?
Yeah.
And also, obviously, like, you're going to have developers working on one project, and there might be some crossover work, but, you know, in general, a studio is going to have its focus, right? But like, Kirby's made by HAL, you know. Donkey Kong Bonanza is made by Nintendo EPD, but then even that, some people think with Bonanza that comes in place of 3D Mario. Now, 3D Mario hasn't come out yet, but I've talked about it a few different times. Like, historically speaking, there's always a new Mario game available early on to every generation. We're actually waiting longer than usual. But if you look at the credits for Bonanza, a lot of the key 3D Mario team members aren't involved with the project, right? So, and then also we literally, like, we heard about a 3D Donkey Kong game being in the works, you know, from DK Vine and others, And that initial rumor information also indicated that the Mario Odyssey team was developing this game, but that it was a spin, that not the entire team was working on it, right? And so looking at, we've seen publicly the information, it does line up. And it just also obviously, like, why would Nintendo only be working on a Donkey Kong game and not a new Mario title for their new console, right? So, like, I don't think Donkey Kong means that there isn't a 3D Mario. I think it is, but maybe it does mean that 3D Mario's going to take a little bit longer, right? Because obviously at this point Mario's not coming out this year, but we're hearing that it's coming out next year, right? So that's fine. Just 2 years into the generation, that's not that late. If you have something like Ocarina of Time and Donkey Kong and Mario Kart to kind of hold us over, that's fine. And I guess the point I'm getting at, though, is that what we have seen with Nintendo is because, you know, in this day and age, like, development costs are getting higher and higher. Game development cycles are getting longer and longer. And so what can Nintendo do to continue the consistency, the cadence of good content, while also handling these hurdles, right? Because if games are getting more expensive and they're taking longer to make, how do you stay consistent, right? And so they got to think about different things. It's a lot of, and it's not just Nintendo, but across the entire industry. We see more remasters now, more remakes now. That's one way to do it. But you also expand. And so in the case of the Mario situation, it's interesting if what we're kind of thinking is true. They basically took members of the Mario Odyssey development and made that into a new team that can now make Donkey Kong, but you still have the team that can make Mario. They expanded internally, right? Nintendo's acquired different studios. They now acquired, they have Nintendo Singapore now, which used to be Bandai Namco Singapore. So that's like another studio that's working, like, you know, literally it's a part of Nintendo now. They have been expanding. Or you look at Star Fox. Star Fox was made by Valve Studios, who helped out with Mario Kart Home Live Circuit, but they are not a Nintendo developer. But what's interesting is that they've now made a couple different Nintendo titles. They did a great job with the Star Fox remake. We're hearing there's another Star Fox game in development. Has this remake been like a good testing ground to get them ready to actually make a new Star Fox title? We saw Nintendo actually do this with Metroid Dread, or rather, Mercury Steam made Metroid Samus Returns, a remake for 2D Metroid on the 3DS, and then they made a new Metroid. And so my point is that Nintendo has found, sometimes they'll expand from within. They might bring in a studio and buy them up, or they'll have a partnership that is going really well, maybe a smaller team. They come to trust them with a smaller project. They learn, they grow, they understand how Nintendo works a bit more, and then they're given more license to kind of flesh things out. And so these different things can facilitate more games being in development. So we can have your 3D Donkey Kongs, your 3D Marios, your 3D Zeldas, your 3D Kirbys, but obviously they're going to space them out, and they're going to come out when they're ready. And so there is a challenge there, but like I don't think 3D Kirby's coming. But it's interesting that I think also, you know, because they want to make they want to like follow up on Forgotten Land, which is my favorite Kirby game. Was it your favorite Kirby game? I just loved it. We should replay it co-op because and
I never played the
with Bandana Waddle Dee,
like the new.
And then because they had the Switch 2 edition.
Yeah.
With the DLC stuff. We haven't done that.
So we definitely should. That'd be really fun.
But that game was successful, so I feel like they're probably focusing more resources on that. But what that might mean is that there's just not as many smaller Kirby releases. They're still probably gonna do other stuff, like, you know, there's a rumor of like the Planet Robot remake or remaster that Made the Hate reported on, like, what, 2 years ago at this point, or a year and a half ago. I have to double check. Like, when's that coming out? I don't know. They might be sitting on it. So I still imagine there's probably stuff like that, but they're probably mostly focused on not doing a whole bunch of spin-offs in 2D Kirby, but getting out the bigger 3D Kirby stuff, because that proved to be really successful.
Yeah. And they just did Kirby Air Riders recently. So
yeah, I mean, that's still a Kirby thing.
Yeah.
It's not made by HAL at all. It's made by Sakurai, but
that's
still
a reason for them to like hold off on it for a while.
That's a good point. I I haven't played it. I played Early Riders, but I actually haven't bought it yet.
Not my vibe.
You don't like racing games, do you?
I'm not like super excited by them.
Yeah. You never played F-Zero either. The best racing game? I'm just kidding. I mean, it is. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see here. Checking the chat. Netweed, interesting. I was skeptical on 3 Donkey Kong ever happening again, but wow, I liked Bonanza much more than Donkey Kong 64, which I like a lot itself. It blew my mind. The Odyssey team are so goated. That direct still blows my mind. Spyro looks like a massive sleeper hit. Kingdom Hearts 4. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, like a lot of Nintendo fans, weren't super in love with the most recent Nintendo Direct because I think it was very third-party centric, but I think it was a lot of really good third-party stuff.
Spyro.
Yeah, I mean, Spyro's coming. I think that was announced during the Summer Games Fest. Monster Hunter Wilds is confirmed to come to Switch 2. Kingdom Hearts 4 looks really good, and now I want to play through the entire Kingdom Hearts series before Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. Oh, Captain Doge, we need to get her on Metroid. Yeah, you were thinking about playing Metroid Prime 4, but I think the reviews came out and you were like, nah.
Yeah. No, I would play it though.
The thing like about Metroid Prime 4 is that like it's more finishable than other Metroid games actually.
Did you really like it?
I enjoyed Metroid Prime 4.
That means like, yeah, it was good.
I liked it, but I recognize that I'm like a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
And people had a lot of complaints about it that I didn't really agree with. But you know, like I feel like they made Metroid Prime 4 more for me than for other people. But I also kind of wonder, like, I mean, I think I should just let you play it. Like, I feel like you could play it and see how you feel about it. Because it's also not. I don't think it's what. It's easier to like give it a try than like other games. Like, it's not like jumping into a big RPG where you're gonna have to invest.
I played
40,
the demo
50,
thing.
hours. Yeah, and what'd you think of the demo?
Yeah, it seemed fun. Like, I'll play it now that I can play it on your Switch, and I don't have to buy it. I'll try it.
Yeah. Not everyone has that advantage though. It's like, oh, should I pay $70 for this?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. The other thing though is that you're not really into shooters. So like Metroid Prime 4 is a shooter, but it's more of an adventure shooter.
Yeah.
So I wonder if
it'll be fine.
Yeah. Also Metroid Prime 1. Like, the thing is, I don't know how you feel about Metroidvanias because I don't think you've played a lot of them.
Yeah, so because it's different if we're talking about
Well, there's 2D versus 3D. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
they're different.
Yeah.
Like the games are pretty different, right?
Yeah, they feel different. But like just the core concept of like exploring around, finding an item, and that item gives you kind of like an aha moment. It's like, oh, now I can go back to another area that I couldn't get past before, but because I have this new ability, I can.
Yeah,
so,
it's like that. If there's one like Ori or something, and then like, there's a bunch of different ones like that. I haven't really played them.
Hollow Knight, Ori. Yeah, those come to mind. I've beaten. I 100% of the first Ori game. I still have the second one on my Switch, and I just haven't started it yet. And then I played Silksong, but I didn't finish it.
Yeah. Silksong, I forgot about Silksong.
The Metroid games. That's the thing. Like there's also the 2D Metroid games that like they're also a different experience. Captain Doge. I honestly wouldn't classify Prime as a shooter even. It has shooting in them, but Mike Wan, senior designer on OG Games, said combat was never a pillar of Metroid Prime. Yeah, I mean, they're going to tout that it's more... So, like, with the Metroid Prime trilogy, it was more so coined. It was coined a first-person adventure, not a first-person shooter. It's a first-person adventure that has shooting. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like, people don't really call Zelda Metroidvanias, but there's a lot of very similar elements.
Yeah.
So that's something else to consider. Like, you do like Zelda.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's different.
You're not really into the sci-fi aesthetic. You like more fantasy.
Yeah,
So that's another element to it. Like, you're pulled into the world of Zelda. You might not be so more as pulled into the world of Metroid. But I feel like,
but aren't Metroidvanias just like also known for being kind of hard?
yes.
I feel like that's probably more why I'm not like super into them, because I don't like having to like try over and over again. Like, I'll just get tired of it. I just want to play a game because it's fun.
They can play Metroid Prime 4 on easy.
Are you calling me a baby?
No, I'm just saying you don't want that much pushback. You just want
Yeah,
a
I mean, I
pushback.
don't know. I didn't think Metroid Prime 4 seemed that hard. Like, I guess I'm talking about the other, like, the Metroidvania games, not really Metroid Prime 4. Like, that one just doesn't look that hard to me, but I'm talking about the ones we
You
were
also
just
just changed the
talking about.
difficulty, I think.
Yeah, but I could probably play that one on normal.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow, now I gotta prove it to you then.
No, I'm kidding. That's,
Now I
I'm
have
just
to-
I'm literally tricking you. I'm tricking
Yeah.
you. I'm just trying to trick you into playing.
Yeah, the
So you shouldn't
psychological.
play it. Don't do it.
Hmm.
You wouldn't be able to beat it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I think you should try Metroid Prime 4. Like,
Yeah.
I think you would at least feel like the world is very beautiful.
Yeah, I'll definitely play it. There's so many games.
That's
we're
the
like
thing.
we're like sitting here in this live stream adding multiple games to my backlog.
So, like, you know how you like Astrobot? You know there's an Astrobot game before Astrobot.
You told me, but it was like a demo-y thing, right?
But it's still like Astrobot. It's like basically, what if I told you there's more Astrobot levels? There's that
Like, how much
Astrobot
more?
is like, I'll just have to show you. Anyway, so end of the poll, 70% of we had 90 votes. I had asked which Xenoblade should I have Lexi play first. 70% of you said Xenoblade 1. So you should just play Xenoblade 1 first.
I told you guys when we started the poll if I was only gonna play one. So this is the one you guys chose. So that's fine. I'm gonna do
The thing
it.
is, we don't even know if Genesis is good. But here's the other thing: we could have you play Xenoblade 1, and if for some weird reason you don't like Xenoblade 1, we wait a few months, they start marketing Xenoblade Genesis. We're like, no, this one's different. It's better. Then maybe like, you know what? Okay, I'll try again. But I think you're gonna like Xenoblade 1. Like, it's just a good game.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, even though I like Xenoblade 2 more, I'll say that the combat system in Xenoblade 1 is easier to kind of get a grip on, and more people actually like. So, like, Xenoblade 2's combat system is, in my opinion, the most interesting.
Yeah.
But it's also not easy to understand because the game doesn't do a good job of showing you. Like, it took me a long time to figure it out. Like, I had to research, like, outside the game and test it out and experiment for a while to get it. Xenoblade 1's combat system, like, you're just like, oh, okay, it's this. Cool. So, like, I feel like the combat would be a little bit more straightforward for you, and then you could just kind of enjoy just a really cool world to explore and the story. And you'll just
all that sounds great. It's just like the 10-minute cutscene thing that's throwing me off. But I'm gonna try it for everybody. I'm gonna try it, guys.
Would you watch a really cool fantasy show with sci-fi elements?
Yes.
Okay, would you play a really cool fantasy game with sci-fi elements with giant fantastical worlds and incredible music?
Yes, but I will tell you that, like, when I played like Baldur's Gate 3, it
Yeah.
got to a point where I'm not really paying attention to the story that much anymore, and I'm not really paying that close of attention and keeping up with everything. I'm just enjoying the gameplay and everything else, like the exploration and the
Sure.
decision making and the fighting and everything else. So, and I mean, one thing I love about Zelda, it's just the story's not that crazy. Like,
It's good. I feel like it's a good story,
it's
but it's
a good
not
story.
overly complicated.
It's not very complicated. It's not taking up a lot of time. Like, I get to experience the story through the gameplay, through the exploration and the adventuring, instead of watching it in a cutscene. This is totally just a preference thing, I think, and I'm gonna try Xenoblade. Okay, I'm going to. Okay. I'm just scared everybody's gonna be mad at me. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm just explaining my perspective on why I'm like afraid it's just gonna be a little bit too much story.
Yeah.
10-minute cutscenes.
So I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, but I feel like in that game there's just a lot of talking. Am I wrong?
Yeah, there is.
So like the story scenes in Xenoblade, it's like, yeah, there's talking, but they're like, it's like an adventure, right? Like there's things going on. Like it is a cutscene, but it's like an active cutscene. It's not like they're just sitting in a room, standing and talking for long. It's not that kind of story. It's like there's like a battle going on, or someone's about to die, or you're trying to save someone, or there's like an escape sequence. Like it's very active story scenes, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Right? So like if you're watching it, you're not gonna be like, yo, why? Like you might realize it's going long, but it's because there's things that are happening. It's not like slow paced story, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Does anyone agree with me in the chat that like
The thing is, everyone agrees with you. Like, the chat doesn't need to say anything. I know you guys all agree with him. I know you guys all agree.
Well,
Okay.
the thing is though, we can still call a buck, right? Like,
yeah,
we're not.
I'm gonna do it.
We think you should try it, but do you guys agree with me though? Like the story scenes in Xenoblade, they're not like slow paced stuff where you're gonna just be like looking and just like not want to pay attention after a while because it's too much talking. I wouldn't say it's like that kind of story. Just for the record, by the way, ATG Sports HOU, Houston, is on your side. Well, I didn't know we were on separate sides, but they're on your side. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna
Hope agrees with me
yeah.
that it's like an active story.
It just comes down to, am I going to be paying attention after a certain point? And then
Yeah.
if not, I'm just gonna be lost. But can you skip the cutscenes? Or is that stupid? Does that like ruin the game?
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Like you're in it for the cutscenes. I'm like okay. There's more to that. It's like you don't. I wouldn't skip the cut. Like no. It's like watching a movie. It's like watching a movie and skipping the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, can we skip this to the credits?
That's what
I'm really here for.
It?
Yeah.
Would you watch?
I would watch you play the whole thing.
With
the whole thing.
The whole thing.
All of it.
All of it. Together. With your eyes watching the screen while I play. Right?
Yeah.
And that would make it better for me.
Yeah.
And then I could ask questions.
You can ask questions, yeah. Also,
I saw in the chat, Jay Biggs brought up South of Midnight. That game looked cool, but I never played it.
Is that an Xbox title? Am I confusing that with something else? No, this is it. It's like the game that takes place in a swamp. It's a third-person action adventure. Or at least there's a level that took place in a swamp, so... Interesting. Yeah.
It's gonna be so funny whenever I come back after playing the game and I'm like, guys, I loved it. I was wrong. You know?
I mean, the thing is, I don't know if 100% if you're gonna like it. 10,000 noodles. If somebody skips the story in a Xeno game, I die a little inside. Sad face.
I'm so sorry for even mentioning or asking that question.
You just don't know. You just don't know. You don't know. Like, what I'm trying to say is this. If you don't like Xenoblade, it's not because of the story. It's not because of the world. It's because you just don't like the gameplay.
Yeah.
That would be
okay.
that would be the reason. Like, you're not into like the RPG mechanics. That would
Okay.
be why. And I think it's good RPG mechanics, don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of different kinds of RPGs, you know? So that's that I feel like that's usually the thing
Yeah.
that holds Xenoblade back from reaching a larger audience. It's not everything else about the game is like it's kind of like you'd have to be crazy to think it's bad, basically. Like
Okay.
it'd be really rare for you to think it's bad from those perspectives. It would just really be like, do you vibe with the systems in place? Like, are you actually enjoying, like, you know, fighting enemies and like customizing your characters? By the way, I do know you like customization. There are some really funky costumes in Xenoblade, so you can dress them up.
Yeah, I
So
do like
yeah,
that in games. That makes it really fun to me.
yeah. So yeah, I can at least get that.
So that sounds promising.
Yeah. Steve West asked this earlier. Sorry I was late logging on and missed intros. Who's Lexi? Who's Lexi, Lexi?
Why don't you tell him?
She's my wife. I'm just kidding. She's my girlfriend. Yeah.
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 Yep. Andres restarts girlfriend.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm looking through a chat. I'm like reading through.
Me too.
J Biggs, other than OJ and Andres, here most people don't like Xenoblade 2. Lies. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would say most people don't like Xenoblade 2 is literally the best-selling Xenoblade game. So, but maybe more people have opinions on Xenoblade 2 because more people have played it, I guess. Did you read this thing from Joey, where Joey was added you and said, "I completely agree about the Zelda games. The story doesn't take away from the gameplay, and it's paced really well in those games. When I'm playing a game, I want to play the game."
Yeah. There's so many. You go ahead first if you want.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to? You're not paying attention. Okay, I'm going to answer the chat that you read.
Okay.
All right.
I was reading something.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's so many different preferences. Like, there's so many different games out there, right? So there's something for everybody. Like, you can find exactly what you're looking for, but we're not all going to like the same stuff. There's nothing wrong with liking a bunch of story. There's nothing wrong with liking to experience the story almost just through the adventure. I love like cozy games, like doing things, anything that you would do in real life and call it a chore. I love doing in games, like cleaning, cooking, farming, you know, it's fun to me. And
I hate that stuff.
Yeah. But then I don't really like shooting type games because I don't know why. Like there's
a few shooters that you like.
Yeah, and I think what it comes down to is I don't really enjoy PvP. I like to be on a team. I like to be on teams with people. Like when I play with people, I don't want it to feel like we're against each other. I like being on the same team and working together. So some of the shooters that you've seen me play, it's more like we're all on a team.
Yeah.
What?
No, I've really wanted someone to play Helldivers with. I
Oh,
haven't. And
okay.
that's a co-op shooter. So
Oh,
yeah.
I guess I'm like,
We'll need 2 PlayStations for it though. No, I
oh,
think it's on PC. It might be on PC, so we might be able to do PC. Yeah. So what I was gonna say about just like I even though I'm like defending Xenoblade here, right? I also kind of like I don't necessarily want a lot of story in my games. Oftentimes, I want to play a game, um, and so it kind of depends. Like I remember, I think it was Metal Gear Solid 5. Like maybe it's because I'm not really that big of a whatchamacallit, like a Metal Gear fan, and maybe that was part of the issue. But like when I started Metal Gear Solid 5, like I remember the cutscene being really, really long. Now some of the cutscenes were interactive, like you couldn't look around like you're in the hospital bed and stuff, but to me it just really dragged. Like I just wanted to play the game. And so I think the thing is because maybe I wasn't that big of a Metal Gear fan, I wasn't really that invested. And so, because I was there to play a game, it didn't suck me in with the story stuff because I wasn't a fan yet. And the story wasn't like so gripping to me, at least, that I felt like I had to stick through. I did stick through and play it for a little while, but I wasn't really like totally enthralled. Like, I wasn't really brought into it. And so, I do feel like I do have this issue with a lot of games where there's so much story, it takes away from the game itself. And so, I do kind of feel like there's a little bit of duality here, but I'm like, yo, but Xenoblade. Um, but the thing is, though, I love the story of Xenoblade. It's so good. And I think the thing is that when I played Xenoblade 1, and like Xenoblade 1, like it's such an interesting, fantastical world. I think I was very sucked into that giant, fantastical world. I was very curious about what was going on. I felt like the story was really good. But it was also more so the kind of story I'm into. Like I'm into like fantasy and stuff like that, and maybe I'm not really into stories like the Metal Gear kind usually. Um, and so I think that there's a little bit of that. I mean, I was also hyped because I knew it was an epic Nintendo game, you know, that was on the Nintendo Wii when it first came out. So I was hyped to like give it a try, and so it really sucked me in. Um, I think you gotta play Xenoblade 1. Like now that I'm talking about it, because Xenoblade 1 is what got me into this series.
well,
Like,
that's what I'm playing because that's
yeah,
what everybody
that's what you're playing. Like the
So,
more I think about it, like
it's happening.
just give it a try. Just give it a try.
There's like a bunch of chats that I want to read.
Yeah. So, do you want to read it or should I?
It doesn't matter. There's a bunch though that I.
Okay. You're talking about the
can-
ones that you pulled out for me?
Yeah.
Okay, so like a few people, so Steve was asking earlier who Lexi is, right? And so I explained that Lexi is my girlfriend, right? So then Captain Doge is like, oh shoot, hell yeah, Andres, thank you. Spheromancer asks, how long have you been dating? So we've actually been friends for quite a while, but we started dating a few months ago. And then big time Timmy Jim, make her your wife, Andres. I'm trying.
He's trying.
I'm trying. Yeah, I think I answered the question. It's been a few months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, questions have been answered.
There's more.
There's more. Okay.
There's more.
What else? Yeah.
Netweed said should be Lucky Lexi or Lexi Restart. Which one you like? Also,
repeat the question.
No, it's okay. It was a comment, not a question.
Can you repeat the comment?
No, you only get to hear it once.
I didn't hear the first.
Now you can go find it yourself. Okay, Netweed said should be Lucky Lexi or Lexi Restart.
Why Lucky Lexi?
I don't know. Maybe because I'm
alliteration.
Lucky to have you.
Oh. I thought it was because of the alliteration.
And then Superka says, At me, speaking of cozy games, I recently picked up Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons, which I love. I've played a lot of the Story of Seasons games. Also, I just tried this demo today. If I minimize this to look at the demo on my screen, is it going to mess things up?
No.
It's going to be fine? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Okay. What's it called? Don't worry.
I think Lexi restarts fine.
Lexi restart.
Or just Lexi most of the time. But if people want to be proper.
Oh, okay. It's called Possum Resort, and it's you have like a little farm, and it like kind of like Story of the Seasons games or like Stardew Valley, but then people come and they drop off their animals to you, and then you take care of them. It's like a farming sim, but you take care of people's animals, like their sheep. You're like, he's gonna stay the night for a couple nights, and then they come back and get them, and you have to give them like food and pet them and stuff while they're there. But anyway, next chat. Somebody said, it was Jay Big said, someone, or in your video you said some in Nintendo Prime's chat asked Special Nick, I don't know how to spell his name, about Halo, and he leaked the Master Chief amiibo. I was the someone.
Oh. 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 Okay. Yes. Thank you, Jay Biggs. I apologize. So, yes. So Special Nick said he heard that a Halo amiibo is on the way, which obviously means some kind of Halo game's coming to Nintendo Switch too. And Special Nick said this during Nintendo Prime's live stream. Special Nick was in the live chat, and Jay Biggs asked Nick. He prompted it, and that's what led to the information. So, props to Jay Biggs for talking to Nick about that. For sure. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate your patience.
And then Netweed says, Lex, your mission is to tell Andres to dump his PlayStation. So first off, I need more context to why you're telling me to do that. Because the way I see it, the more consoles, the better. Because that means like I have access to like every game. So why am I dumping a console? Now I have access to Astrobot. So then Joey T26 says, at me, I think that's why I like Breath of the Wild. I don't consider the stuff in it a chore. I almost consider that a cozy game in a way. I definitely can understand that
That's
point.
an interesting point, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a farming
like,
simulator.
No. No.
It's actually a cooking simulator.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you get to go and collect your little ingredients and cook. Mm-hmm. You just run right past the bokoblins. Don't even pay attention to them. Yeah. It's so fun. You just explore. You get to, like, catch horses. And then, like, in Tears of the Kingdom, you get to dress them up. Cozy. That's all I'm saying. We got a super chat from... You want to pull it up? I don't know how.
Yeah, sure. So, just so you know, when you hover over them, it does like a plus show button. Here, you do it. When you hover over it with your mouse, you should see it says show. Click on it. There you go. Thank you. The Real Taylor Plays with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Hi, Andre and Lexi. I'm curious as to what your favorite Zelda games are. Mine is a tie between Echoes of Wisdom and Age of Imprisonment. Ooh.
I love Echoes of Wisdom. That's a great one.
You know, I've definitely spoken ill of Age of Imprisonment, but I did enjoy my journey. I liked it. I just didn't love it. I
feel like I love every Zelda game. Like every Zelda game, I love it.
Yeah.
Unless you just had like really high expectations and then they were
No, I mean my expectations were. So, Age of Imprisonment has a really good combat. I really enjoyed the combat in Age of Imprisonment. I think I just wanted more exploration. I wanted the worlds to be a little bit more interesting, and I wanted them to do a little bit more with the story. But I still enjoyed the game. Echoes of Wisdom I also liked. I think it was a pretty good 2D Zelda game. I wouldn't say it was my favorite 2D Zelda game, but it was definitely a really fun one. In terms of like what my favorite game, do you have a favorite, or maybe a tie-in, like Taylor plays, a tie between 2 or 3?
It's just really hard because I don't want to like disrespect the other games.
I just disrespected Age of Imprisonment. How dare I?
Well, but that's not even like that's like a spin-off of Zelda. So like, like we're talking any Zelda game, obviously, but I'm thinking mainline for me. And I don't want to disrespect. Okay,
All
I'll
right,
just say.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, you go ahead.
You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready. All right, go.
Okay, so can I consider Breath and Tears the same game? Like the same?
Taylor Plays had a tie between 2. I feel like you are allowed to. I would do the same.
Well, the tie would be Breath and Tears is 1, and then there's also. So
Sure.
Is that allowed?
But I kind of feel the same about Breath and Tears. Like I kind of want to like combine.
I can't, because here's the
But
thing.
what's interesting is I won't do that for Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, though.
No, but here's the thing. But they're not even in the same world. It's just different.
But they are direct sequels.
But they're not. They're completely different worlds, stories, characters, adventures.
Link is the same.
He looks. Okay, really?
Princess Zelda's in
You're
it.
doing this argument. Go ahead.
I'm not trying to derail your point, so I'll
Okay, what was I saying?
That's I see I already derailed it. So
yeah, but you remember.
You were talking about how Breath and Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, you want to kind of combine them as one game.
Yes.
So
because I think Breath of the Wild was the better experience because getting to play it for the first time felt so like magical and it was just like a feeling. But Tears of the Kingdom is just like the better game because they took Breath and they just improved it and added something.
For some reason, like the audio is like.
Let me get closer.
Okay.
Do I have to repeat all of that?
I mean, you were audible. It's just not super audible. Basically, you said Breath of the Wild's like more magical, but Tears of the Kingdom is more expansive.
I think Tears of the Kingdom is the better game in terms of like they like took everything from Breath of the Wild and then made it better. Like what? Yeah. So
but Breath of the Wild kind of had that bigger shock.
Yes,
that
like
bigger surprise.
The feeling you got playing Breath was like you can't replicate it. So I want to put them together into one though because they are so similar, but it's just 2 different experiences. And then I struggle what to pick for the tie because I like all of them a lot. Probably Ocarina of Time because it's iconic. I'm gonna move it on to you now.
So it's interesting. I love 3D Zelda a lot more than 2D. I like 2D Zelda a lot. Don't get me wrong, but there's levels to this.
Yeah.
Like 3D Zelda. Like when we're talking about 3D Zelda, we're talking about my favorite games of all time, right? 2D Zelda, I wouldn't really put. It's not at that level for me. They're really good games that I will buy and play and enjoy, right? And I'm gonna talk about them and obsess about them. But 3D Zelda, it's a whole other level. And so I would like to kind of separate them. For 2D Zelda, I will say that I think, and it's tough because like they're all so good. Like Minish Cap, I played at a certain time, right? That was really good. But I feel like A Link Between Worlds might be my favorite 2D Zelda game.
Okay, so we're doing favorite 2D also.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's my favorite 2D Zelda game. My favorite 3D Zelda, I can't even pick one. I used to, so for many years I was like, Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time. And then I decided to start saying, you know what, Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time. And then Tears of the Kingdom came out. I was like, yo, this is really good in a lot of ways, but is it better than Breath of the Wild? And Lex, I think you kind of like explained it really well. Like you look at Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom side by side. Like if you just had to play one of them for the very first time from the beginning, Tears of the Kingdom is like literally like a bit. It's like a bigger version of Breath of the Wild. So it's kind of like, well, yeah, you would have to pick that, but. You know, I played Breath of the Wild first, and the experience I had playing through Breath of the Wild for the first time, as opposed to the experience I had playing through Tears of the Kingdom for the first time, while I loved Tears of the Kingdom, I wasn't so hooked on Tears of the Kingdom where I had to explore every single shrine, do everything, and like it felt like it was a totally new experience. Tears of the Kingdom kind of felt more like an expansion of Breath of the Wild, like more Breath of the Wild, which I really enjoyed. But it just kind of felt like a continuation, it felt like a really cool continuation of it, you know? But it didn't feel like its own unique experience. And so I brought up the Majora's Mask thing earlier because I thought it was interesting because, well, each of these Zelda games are sequels. Like, these are the two sequel series, direct sequel series, and you wouldn't, and I said, well, I agree with you that I would combine Breath and Tears, right? But I wouldn't do the same for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and so I think that's interesting. And I think it's interesting because even though they're direct sequels of each other, there are still some pretty key differences, because Majora's Mask does take place in a separate world, and the gameplay, to me, feels so vastly different. The vibes feel so vastly different. Even though they add a lot of new mechanics and stuff to Tears of the Kingdom, right? They tried to mix it up a lot, but I think the fact of the matter is, it's in the same map, just expanded upon, which is cool, but it just feels more like a direct continuation, almost like an expansion as opposed to just like a sequel, right? Majora's Mask is like a sequel to me. Yeah, so I would say Majora's Mask might be my favorite sequel, actually, but that's not.
We're just gonna create so many categories that like every Zelda game is like mentioned.
Wind Waker is my favorite seafaring Zelda game. Skyward Sword is my favorite motion control Zelda game. No, Tears of the Kingdom is my favorite sky exploration Zelda game.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess is my favorite Lord of the Rings inspired Zelda game. Yeah. I think Ocarina of Time had the greatest impact on my childhood, though. So yeah, it's between Ocarina of Time and I guess Breath and Tears. Like that's.
I've sat here going through the comments while you've been talking, and there's so many more now.
Okay.
That you have to read.
Okay. All right, so I'll just continue.
It's a lot of Zelda.
Okay, so after so Taylor Plays that said hello to you before the super chat.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say hi. So hi.
Hope says you two do make a cute couple. Thank you. Lexi carries most of the weight and the cuteness there, but I appreciate that. Suit Mint, whoa, didn't know. Now the chemistry I was noticing makes sense. You know, that's kind of funny actually, because like, I feel like we're being pretty tame, but we are probably really comfortable with each other. And if people don't know that we're in a relationship, they might be like, "Yo, what's going on here?"
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Yeah.
We should just put in parentheticals Lexi, Andres' girlfriend for your name. Yeah.
Or we just take Netweed's advice and we make it Lexi Restart.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, now the name thing makes more sense.
You didn't get that?
No.
Wow.
I that's why I was told to lock in earlier. I got it now. Okay. Yeah. 10,000 noodles. I don't remember dressing up horses. You sure that's not Uma Musume? Did you just want me to say that name?
What is that name?
Uma Musume. A game about dressing horses, obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, just go and search it up. Yeah, you don't remember? You could go to the stables and you earn like pony points in Tears. What are you smiling about?
I'm looking the game up.
Oh, do you really dress up horses?
I don't know. I saw a bunch of like girls in a derby.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a trap.
It was
But-
maybe a trap.
But yeah, you go to the stables in Tears, you get pony points on your stamp things, and then they give you like cute different saddles and bridles and hair. You remember the horse hairstyles and horse hair colors? Guys,
I remember you had to get a special thing for Zelda's horse. There's a quest.
you remember in Tears, like there's the whole, you can change the mane, the tail, the hair
So
color.
Tears had more customization than Breath.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
okay.
they had like you would get, remember, because in Breath of the Wild you didn't get the pony point cards. I'm like so passionate about this because
The customization.
of horses.
Did you focus on customization for the gliders too?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't care.
and for Link's outfits. Did you change?
I did play around with the outfits.
I had a couple.
I would like.
Go ahead.
I really like the pants with the light. Like I liked wearing the
Those
baggy
look
pants with the
so
light.
stupid, bro. Those
They're
are like the
cool.
worst. Those are like the worst ones.
How was I dressed for when I beat the game? I live streamed the ending of the game. How was I dressed for it? Now I want to look up my own live stream.
1,000 Hoodles said, or 10,000, my bad, said, I remember dressing up my hover bike. Yeah, like I had a couple outfits. What were you gonna say? Something? Did I? cut you
Sorry,
off?
I'm just looking up.
Okay. Can I
I'm looking
finish?
at my outfit. Oh, okay. So I wore the red tunic with the light pants,
Okay. Yeah, I like
and
to.
I had the feather. I like the feather. Yeah.
Our styles for Link were like so different. I'll have to pull up my game at some point and show you. I have like my favorite outfits, and
I'll
I changed
say-
a couple colors.
I'll say I was also really into when you're not wearing a shirt, like the shirtless with the pants with the light was also cool. In Breath of the Wild though, I really like the climber's clothes,
Yeah,
because I like tank tops.
the skydiver out like thing
Mm.
was cool, but it didn't have any good stats, so I couldn't ever wear it. And same with the hairstyle for Tears. Anyway, there's more chats for you to read.
Oh, okay. Netweed 09. Andres has to behave now. I'm
Yep.
trying.
Yep.
Arnell, mine would be Link Between Worlds. Okay. Attack the Backlog. What's up, man? Twilight Princess is such a mood, and it's just so cool. I the thing is, like, I like every Zelda a lot for different reasons. And so I remember how I was explaining earlier, like Ocarina of Time for a long time was my favorite game, and then it was Breath, and then I thought, oh, should it be Tears because it's like a better version of it? And I think what I've just realized now is that I just don't actually like having a greatest of all time. I just like appreciating things for its time, and like that's just how like I don't know, like I just don't have a favorite anything.
I feel like if you had a
In terms
favorite,
of games,
you
I have
would
a favorite
know.
girl, I have a favorite cat, I have a favorite dog, but I have a favorite food genre. Mexican, but
But okay, if
my
you
favorite
had
game company is Nintendo.
if you had a favorite, you would know. Like it would be just obvious. I feel like the fact that you're so torn just means you don't have to choose a favorite. But
I just like different games at different times.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
We gotta keep going. Where
You're
are
just
we?
adding them. Okay.
I'm
That's fine. The creativity in Tears of the Kingdom is just, this is from Captain Doge. The creativity in Tears of the Kingdom is just incredible. Everything in that engine just works, and it's crazy how well the world and physics interact. But yeah, the story has just too many plot holes. There are some weird story choices in terms of connecting Breath and Tears. You're like, yo, how that like, and so like, yeah, I've definitely like personally like had to like, you know, I made the videos back when it came out, like trying to make the connection, trying to sort it out. Like it was work. It was like a complex, interwoven mess, for sure. But Tears of the Kingdom from a tech perspective is mind blowing because this is for the Switch, right? The Switch is only a little bit more powerful than the Wii U technically, which is such dated hardware, and like they took the world of Breath of the Wild. I'm pretty sure the texture detail is actually better. I remember it feeling better, and the lighting engine they overhauled, like just like the colors of like the sun setting and stuff really hit harder. They had this really cool mist effect, and like you're like, whoa, like how is that reacting to you in the cave and stuff? And then like there are caves, like they had the world of Breath of the Wild. They added a whole bunch of cave systems on top of that. They added this massive sky to explore, and then they added a massive depths below, and all of that you could enter seamlessly on top of the already massive world they had created with Breath of the Wild. So it was this huge world that you could explore seamlessly, vertically, which you've never really seen before done that way for any video game period. And then on top of that, they added this they already had a super complex physics for Breath of the Wild. They stacked upon it, and you had these abilities where you could take all these different objects and form within the environment and craft a myriad of different things that would have a whole bunch of different impacts to the world, a wide variety of application with a world that already had so much that it could do. And then you had things like Ascend, where you could just like shoot through a whole bunch of stuff, and so it was crazy. You could do all that stuff, create all these crazy contraptions. And then on top of that, you could put different champions or sages to follow you. You could have 5 different sages with their own abilities following you around. So you have 6 characters running around this massive world with all this going on, happening seamlessly, and then engage in fort battles with dozens of bokoblin enemies and such, with explosions happening everywhere and everything else happening. The fact that they could get that running without the Switch exploding might be the greatest accomplishment in human history.
Dude, just Ascend itself is crazy.
I feel like I'm only exaggerating a little, by the way, when I say the greatest accomplishment in human history.
Yeah.
We heard about devs that were just in awe about what Nintendo accomplished. Like, to the average consumer, people were like, okay, this is cool. But I feel like it's developers who understand how hard it is to do all this stuff and to make it work without breaking. It's devs that were probably most blown away by Tears of the Kingdom, because they really understand just how complicated it is to get all those systems to work together on the hardware that is a Switch and the way that Nintendo did it. So it's mind blowing when you kind of have that perspective. But I just don't think enough people have enough understanding of how complicated this stuff is to really get just how crazy it was what Nintendo did with Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm gonna grab Hazel. She's outside.
Sure.
And you answer the next question.
I will. Netweed, have you done a Zelda game tier list before, or user vote in Andres? Maybe one day or just after Ocarina of Time Reborn's release. It would be fun to kind of try and like do a tier system. It would be very challenging for me, but I'll try and do it. I will try and do it. But it would be very, very hard. But I will. I know there are ones that I'm like, yeah, like if you tell me like, oh, like, Spirit Tracks or Link Between Worlds, I'm like, yeah, Link Between Worlds. Or if I'm like Skyward Sword or Minish Cap, I'm like Skyward Sword. But can I line them all up? And that's gonna be tough, but I might be open to it, even though I feel like I can't actually. I do think that I don't think I truly have a favorite because there's just so many that I love for different reasons. Yeah. Mike Odyssey in the chat, lurking. I better be invited to the wedding. I'll let you know. Arnell, you too should be called the Andres Lexi channel. We'll see what happens. Captain Doge, dressed to impress. Link low key. I gotta make my boy fashionable. I like making him look cool. Netweed, thank you for also liking the baggy bulb pants. They're really cool pants, and I like that like the shoes are like claw poly like. And then, Xeno Hope, I liked dressing Link up in the Gerudo outfit. The girly Gerudo outfit, that's when we're talking, right where he was cross-dressing. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about like the cool one with the gold and how he had his hair pulled up. Which one are we talking about here? Because it depends. You're laughing though, so I feel like you're talking about the girl clothes, which is hilarious.
Wait. We gotta run it back.
We gotta run it back.
We gotta run it back because you misread this one. Netweed said you liked the baggy bulb pants laughing emojis. Because like what?
Yeah, I did
What?
misread that. I did misread that.
Yeah,
I
like
did.
we're
you know what? I stand by it.
Yeah, we're making fun of you.
No, you guys are making fun with me, because they're very cool. The baggy bulb pants are fire. They're super cool. Also, they are practical because in the dark you can just run around, lighting your way.
Yeah, I had to
Super
put those
nice.
things on and like walk around the depths in shame. Like I was like doing the walk of shame in the depths with the bulb pants.
Nah.
That's not
And
what that
then-
means, does it?
What?
And then the light bulb pants are such a good idea, but look so bad I can't.
Yo, to each their own. To each their own. I thought they were cool. Yeah. Yeah. J Biggs added me earlier. Tears of the Kingdom proved to me Switch One was way more capable of what developers did with it. For every bad port, there was a miracle port, and I think there could have been a lot more. Yeah, I mean, there were certainly some miracle ports, but I'm just happy because I think there's a lot of stuff on Switch One that I was just like tired of. I even feel like Nintendo games were lacking, just because with the times. I mean, it's interesting actually because Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and the Duskbloods all started off like years ago as Switch 1 titles, and they saved them all for Switch 2 titles because I think developers have had ideas they've wanted to pull off, but Switch 1 was just too dated to really execute them well. And yeah, I'm just laughing because I just read Captain Doge say, get Andres some in real life light bulb pants. Baggy pants is a new trend anyways.
Also, Hope confirmed the girly outfit was the one.
Okay, thank you. It's important. Anyway, I feel like, all right. I'll put a 5-minute timer, give or take here. If anyone has any final points or questions you want us to address, here's your chance.
Yeah, we're gonna go to
wrapping up.
PAX. That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah. There's a really good chance this is the last live stream before PAX.
Yeah.
Unless something crazy happens this upcoming week, where I feel like I should do another live stream. But yeah. How'd you feel about we're still alive, by the way, but how did you feel about doing your first show
Yeah.
with me?
I was super nervous like when we first started because I'd never done this before, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But like then after a couple of minutes, I'm like, I'm fine now. Like I feel good.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot.
No, I for sure would.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like training you to be my co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you don't need a co-host because you could just talk for
Yeah.
like.
Well, yeah. The thing is, though, like, sometimes, like, there's so much I'll be talking about, especially if I have another guest on. We'll be so into the conversation, right? Like, I can't. It's hard to keep up with the chat at the same time.
Yeah.
So if you're
true.
like there, you chime in when you want to, of course, right? But like if you also like help out with the chat, that way it can help keep up with the chat and stuff. I think that's like super helpful. It's also just fun to have you on. So I'm just looking for excuses to have you on. But
Yeah. It is fun. I agree. Yeah, I do like to keep up with the chat because the thing is, like, I watch your live streams usually when I'm not on, and I'm keeping up with the chat the whole time and like interacting with people. So it kind of just feels like I'm able to do that, but then also talking to you at the same time. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is. You did great. I was looking in here. Captain Doge asked, "Will Lexi appear in future Andres episodes? Actually, she should make her own videos, and you guys should compete. I would lose." Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is though is like I would have fun live streaming like if we played a game together, like live streaming a game. But I don't know if people would be interested in watching that or if they prefer when you just kind of sit here and talk and interact with the chat more. So that's something we could ask your community
Yeah.
and see what they think.
Sure. Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't usually do, like, Let's Play, like, live streams very occasionally, you know, but the thing is, like, when I'm playing a game, I usually kind of want to, like, just focus on the game itself.
Yeah.
But when I'm live streaming, I feel like I owe it to everyone to be paying attention to what they're saying, right, and try and follow with that. So, like, the back and forth is honestly very hard for me if I'm trying to fully hone in on the game, you know?
Yeah.
And so I've done it and I've enjoyed it, but, like, I feel like it's usually easier for me if I've played the game before. So there's a little bit of that. And then the other thing is that, like, people usually want to hear me talk as opposed to see me play a game, you know? But am I willing to try? Like we getting you to play Xenoblade.
I don't think
know.
that's a stream game.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Also, according to Attack the Backlog, we leaked GTA 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.
He doesn't care about GTA 6.
That's why I leaked it. Because I don't care.
So, also...
Attack the Backlog thinks we should stream Split Fiction. You've
Yeah.
played it before, I haven't.
I have. So that's the only thing. I do kind of feel like sometimes those type of games, you need to both experience it brand new together. Like, because it is a lot of puzzles. So if one person already knows how to solve the puzzles, like it would still be fun and I would try to take a back seat and let him solve the puzzles. But it is just a little bit different when you go into a game that neither person has played before and you get to experience. I was explaining this earlier when we were talking about like escape room puzzle stuff. I was saying it's cool because one person will kind of be like, oh, I know what we do here. And then the next puzzle, the other person's like, oh, I think it's this. And you kind of bounce ideas. And that's what makes it so fun. And it is a lot of puzzles in that game. So But we could find something else like that's fun in 2 players.
Yeah, I don't know, because like there are things I would rather just like do with you, like, privately, right? But then we just gotta think about it, because like,
Yeah.
do I want to? For example, if we did like the Kirby thing, like, would that be a good idea? Would people find that fun, or would that be something we probably would just have more fun doing ourselves, not
Yeah.
live, And then also, like, if we do it, are we gonna commit to like doing the whole thing live? I usually don't do that.
No.
But maybe we could just find something that'll be like a cool experiment, and we try it, see
Yeah.
if people like it or something, and then
For
go from there.
funsies.
Yeah.
Netweed said, I thought you were on before, Lex. No. First time.
Yeah.
Joey says, Atsme, I think you did great as a co-host. This was very fun and entertaining. I like how you both interact with the chat together. Thank you,
Yeah.
Joey.
Captain Doge says Orbitals. Orbitals might actually be a good one to try out.
Yeah, for sure.
No promises, but it's under consideration. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. I think we're ending the stream. Wait, there's one more. There's one more. You actually.
What?
You starred this for me to point out, so this is on you.
What? No, I'm
Who
scared.
bench presses the most weight?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously me. Obviously. I mean,
Sure.
come on.
Yeah, that's so clear.
Yeah.
Clear and obvious. She can bench press a lot
Mm-hmm.
by asking me to do it for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't even think I can bench press that much, to be honest. So probably like an average amount. I can do a plate on each side, a little bit more, but not like a lot. I also like when I do like deadlifts or like, and I haven't been going to the gym that much lately. Like, I try and stay light on weight for like deadlifts and like bench, and like leg press stuff, because I've just found, and I think it's because I have to maybe strengthen my core or my hip muscles, but it's caused like a little bit of lower back pain. So I just try to keep it light. And I've been doing more just like plyometric stuff lately. Not even a lot. I think I need to do more.
He's humble.
I've been too busy dating her, to be honest.
He's humble. He exercises.
Yeah. I've been playing more sports than video games lately.
Hazel's squeaking her toy.
Yeah. And that's
And
it.
that's it.
That's the show. Thank you everyone for coming by. You'll probably see Lexi soon. So
Definitely at PAX.
we're gonna be at PAX. So if anyone's coming to PAX, we'll be there. Yeah. All right, everyone.
Okay.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.